Testing voice. Testing voice. Voice is working. Enjoy the music. We'll be starting shortly. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah. Having lots of voice comment issues. Get there in the end. I still only got 4 characters. So are you both coming in on your channel? So what I okay.
Perfectly fine with mine, but it won't work with his.
So what I need to do is
Did you guys play the water creatures this weekend?
Yeah, we're playing Savage Pathfinder Aquatic Adventures this weekend, yes.
Oh no, did you already or have you yet?
It's this Saturday.
Oh, okay. What did you guys play on Sunday?
Spirullas.
Okay, how'd that go?
Yeah, that's going well.
I miss Sprawl Runners again. Terribly sorry, people, but and you know what? I don't think
If
I'll
that
be playing
damn
it again.
dwarf would spend a little more time at the dojo, he wouldn't get so banged up in the combat. But hey, we actually went in with a plan this time, so we're doing pretty well so far.
Uh-oh, she said the B word.
Yeah, well, yeah, because we were undoing some serious damage we did a while ago. Pissed off one of the biggest corporations in there, and We didn't intend to kill his grandson. His grandson was being a,
That's a good reason.
well, he was
Right.
being a twat waffle, and he got himself killed because he was just, threatening everybody around us, and he
I
just,
don't know what you just said, but I thought you said twat waffle.
yeah, I did say twat waffle.
That's what she said. Yeah.
Fair enough. That's one of the coolest things I've heard. In fact, probably the coolest thing since Cotswomble. I think we're just kidding.
There's only one way to avoid getting hurt in combat in a Cyberpunk game, and
Yeah.
that's be Mr. Johnson.
Well, yeah.
Oh no, I've killed Mr. Johnson before.
Oh, yeah, Mr.
Oh.
Johnson doesn't fare well against our team.
Right. I just need to do a quality control check.
Pissed
I
off,
need to
though.
mute so I can look at the channel. I just need to see if the text is readable today. Yes. Just about. So I'm happy with that. It's still broadcasting at 1080p, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have a party of 6. We can rock and roll.
All right, time to head down the stairs.
No.
Previously on, the party bulldozed their way through Thistletop, and
Ooh, new bennies. Sorry.
that's okay, and split up. So as we return to the action, the combat's over, and as Jelsa just said, "Ooh, stairs." So back to you guys.
Well,
So,
nobody.
Rannick has slumped on the Goblin King's throne and is looking as deep in thought as Rannick ever gets.
Do you need the
And-
toilet?
And Jalsa's going to yell
Really?
back to Irina, "Hey, I found some stairs. I'm going to stealth down here and see if there's anything we need to watch out for." And she's going to head down the stairs because
Get my grump on.
nobody's close enough to stop her.
I love the logic there. No one's there to stop me. Well, as Irina heads down the stairs, I will. When I find it, I will.
Just before we go down the stairs, did Irina get a chance to check out the horses? Because the horses did not sound happy.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I did want to get through to the horses.
Just that's a whole room you haven't been in, and you've got animals.
There's quite
in
a
there,
few
like
rooms that
things.
people haven't been in.
Yeah,
Very true. I needed someone big and strong to get into the horses because I couldn't do it. So,
Okay, Jelsa, the stairs lead down. Where do they lead to?
Oh,
Yeah, that's what Jalsa wants to know. Hey, Irina, tell him where I went.
I will. But Chelsea's just gone down the stairs. I'm going to go and see if I can get someone to break down the door for the horses.
So we just killed all these guys in this
I
room.
can
This is
try and
good
get the
fella
horses
here.
out.
Let's check them out for some. The king's got to have some loot. Let's like Goodfellow will stoop to picking pockets today.
Just trying to adjust your volume, because I know that you said something then, but I couldn't hear you.
Well, I think everybody else was talking over me, but the point is, I will help you with the door if that's what you need. Which door
In
are we
that case,
helping?
I'll just call up to the others. Chelsea's gone down the stairs, and me and Bert are going for the horses.
bloody hell, sparkle tits.
We just killed a heck of a bunch of goblins. Let's check out and see. And there were kings and wizards or whatever.
Sparkle Tips is way beyond anything she can hear you complaining about. That's why she runs ahead.
That's one way to die, I suppose. Okie dokie. So War Chief Rick Nugget is down. The Goblin War Chanter is down.
Their stuff's already in the party sheet.
Did I put it in there? Oh, that makes life easier.
There's a masterwork plate mail breastplate, a dented crown, a dog slicer, a bow, a masterwork light leather jackets, all goblin sized. So the only person that can realistically wear them will be someone who probably don't want to wear them. And
Yeah, if it's everybody goblin, Jelsa ain't touching it. Ew, it probably smells bad and all kinds of other stuff.
Fucker.
Right, which way did Sparkle Tits go?
You hear
Yeah.
yelling from down the stairs.
Where's
Okay,
the bloody
the
stairs?
Dondrad.
I was stood near the top of them.
Snookums kind of scratches at the door right there a little bit. I mean, you know how cats are.
Yeah, Rannick is going to trudge after Jelsa.
I'm gonna do what Dondred's doing and check out these other rooms.
And me, the GM's going to have a nervous breakdown. Okay, right.
Now, this door is not a door. It only looks like one.
It's a wall, obviously.
Oh! Did you?
Tell you what, there is quite a lot of furniture to go through.
Right. So, so I need to. Everyone's going everywhere at once, and I can't cope with that many rooms. Okay, so this is first collection. Okay. Do you want to make a notice check before you leave that room, Dondred?
Oh right, okay. I thought it was just filled with rubbish. I was going to say, it's not. It was the only place I was actually going to bother to check was the desk in the drawers.
So, as you're looking around,
Unless there's anything
you basically you notice just partially hidden underneath the pillow on the bed appears to be.
Looks like somebody's peed the bed.
Oh, hang on. Yeah, sorry. Appears to be some item of interest.
How interesting.
Well, are you going to? If you pull it out from underneath the pillow, you'll find out how interesting.
Yeah, I'll pull it out from underneath the pillow.
It appears to be a holy symbol with made of silver with tiny garnets for eyes. It's a holy symbol for Lamashtu.
Oh, not that bitch. I hate her.
It's a teddy bear of Lamashtu.
Lamashtu, yes.
Yeah, that's getting melted. I'm not selling it as is. It's getting melted.
Oh dear, Bert. Oh dear.
Okay, so then you go through there, and you come through there, and you come through there, and you came up to here. I notice.
So is that in the party sheet? Is it?
I've added it to the party sheet. Yeah.
Yeah, people can. Yeah, that's not getting sold as is. It'll probably get melted for the silver, and then the silver will get sold off. It'll probably get hammered flat, in fact.
Did you get a map there, Rannick?
I did.
Or actually, for completeness, I want to move you back so you can see where you've been.
Yeah.
So can we try and open the door that nobody else can open?
Of course you can.
Have you tried taking the hinges off it
This
rather
is
than
not a
turning the
door.
handle?
This is a wall. It just looks like a
Basically,
door.
someone needs to convince Jelsa to pick the locks. You know, because it's a strength roll -2 or some thievery to get that open. In the meantime, the horse is going. You can hear the horse inside.
Oh, I know. Here, drink this. Which one of you strongest, Dondred or Bert?
Hang on, wait a minute, hang on. Before we drink potions to open the door, where is Jelsa?
She went down the stairs this way.
Oh, for God, Ryan out loud.
Rannick's trying to grab her and drag her back up the stairs.
Okay, Dondred. Basically, it's not letting me. Why is it not working? There we go. Dondred, you are basically open up the doorway into that room.
Come back here, Sparky. It's only going to go badly for me.
I think we should search all the rooms up here just in case we get a surprise before we go downstairs.
Can't get Jelsa. Don't go and get
So
her.
you said Dondred, you meant Goodfellow that one time there, right, Savage?
I always mean good fellow when I say Dondred, and I always mean Dondred when I say good fella, don't I?
Jelsa!
What is a dog slicer again? What's a masterwork dog slicer?
It is dog slicer is the weapons goblins use to cut up dogs and other people because they don't like animals.
Because they're gits.
It's kind of a fancy.
So they're cat people? Do they have cat
No,
slicers?
they're frightened of animals, and like most bullies, they kill anything they're frightened of.
I have grabbed Jelsa. I'm going to drag her back up the stairs.
That's how I feel about yogurt.
Can I bite his hand?
Yeah, the reason they don't like animals.
Okay,
is
we're gonna.
animals
So,
sniff them.
are you actually going back with him, or are you resisting?
His athletics roll beat mine, so he got a hold of me. I'm gonna, because I'm just listening at the doors. Shh, you're making noise.
I give her a spanking.
I'm gonna try to run away from
Okay, so good fella. There's suits of armor. There's dog slicers, short bows, lots of arrows, lots of suits of studded leather, 6 wooden shields, and 2 coiled whips. And in the next room down, I love the way people always try walking through walls. It never works. You have to open doors and walk through them. Dodred, were you heading northwards, weren't you? Are you going to check out those rooms?
No, I was going to check every room up here. I thought of a really great way of getting Jelsa back, but
Well, yeah, I'm just gonna. So you get through that door there, which is open, and you get through that door there. You find yourself by another door here, and a set of stairs going up again, which takes you up to the roof. Okay, so I'm going to move. I am going to move Irina and Jelsa and Rannick back to the upper floor. The meeting room. Okay, that appears to be a room with a large round table in it. Did you open the other? Did you? Oh, you opened the other door.
by the way, I'm not that I'm there to tell anybody this, but it might occur that there's a secret room that
Gosh,
nobody can get into. That might
I have a
interest you
funky
also.
feeling here that something.
Just the sheer mystery of it all.
Something's wrong.
You reckon there's a
Okay.
thing, do you?
Okay, so the other room was little more than a reeking hole in the ground, its rim stained with refuse and waste. Not the meeting room, the other room. Can I have a notice check, please, Mr. Dwarf, while you were up there? You just give me a chance to give you room descriptions before you just flip off out of the room and move to another one. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, and then you go down here for the meeting room. No problem at all.
Yeah, so follow-
Good fella was going down to this door here.
That's just a set of staircase going up the roof and that little pokey hole into it. Fair enough.
So good fellow,
noticed-
when you go into that room there, oh no, sorry, I tell a lie. That's a mistake. I'll need to remember to feature. The door to the north of you is locked.
I bash it in.
So,
I mean,
Chelsea,
I
a
don't have to
mystery room that nobody can get into.
Go on, then have a hack at the. You'll have to make a breaking things roll against the door.
The breaking.
Oh, I like that. I like my odds. What is breaking things?
It's got hardness 10.
Then
I'm very hard.
Your sword's not going to really do much to a door. Your mace, on the other hand, is a great big solid lump of metal.
Yeah, I'm going to use my hardness against it.
I'm not all that sure it's a false door, Bert.
So
Well,
what
I
should
tried to
roll?
open it and nothing moved, so it's got to be a false
hang
door.
on.
It's got to be able to
Hang on,
pull it,
Bert.
of course.
Did that push it or pull it?
Yes.
Okay,
Well,
so
Jelsa's over by the door.
the
She's
door
examining.
is open to be. The door. Okay, so the door to this outbuilding has been nailed shut, and additional boards have been nailed over these nails. The door is cracked and splintered in places. So that apparently the door to this
Yeah, I wouldn't
outbuilding.
open that door, you guys. That sounds awful, but I'm not in the room, so.
The door
Yeah,
to this
but-
outbuilding. Sorry, the door to this outbuilding can be opened with a strength roll -2, which no one's made yet, or by a thievery roll, and quite a bit of it will. You reckon you can open this door, but it'll probably take you a while because there's so many different things
Hang on.
to deal with.
No, these are half-pin barrel hinges.
Well,
You just
and
need to lift it off.
Elsa looks at how that door is secured, and she knows she can get through it, but her eyes kind of narrow, and she looks back at him, and she goes, "Has it ever occurred to you guys that this door is secured this way because there's something really bad in there?"
Horses.
Sounds like an arse.
Scared of them.
Here, tell me what. First thing we need to do is pull these boards off, and then they're half-pin barrel hinges. All you've got to do is just lift the door off the hinges. Can I split this into two things and pull boards off first and lift door second as two separate rolls?
Well,
Right,
actually,
well,
that is the
let's-
point. You are failing to pull out the boards. It takes multiple minutes to get the boards off and everything else. But so far,
Yes.
no one's actually managed to pry a single board off the door.
Right, Dondrad, come here. You
Well,
help.
Jelsa's thievery roll, she'll use her tools thieves' tools to sort of pry the nails out, basically.
She should use a pry bar or a crowbar. That's what those
Exactly.
tools are for.
You got one?
There you-
Okay, so
there you go. So
after
done. Done.
5 minutes work, Jelsa gets the door open.
And Jelsa steps back because it occurred to her that nobody secures like that. There isn't something really awful in there.
I'm certain there's endangered animals in there, so I'm just rushing straight through.
Irina comes flying out as the horse kicks her.
Okay, so. Managed to nail the door shut while the horse stomped and raised its eye. Take care of the monster hospital.
I want to do an arrow going on the horse.
Okay,
It's all
so
set.
basically, when you finally get the doors off, inside is a basically half-starved, wild-eyed beast. It's basically looks half-starved, and with you casting spell Beast Friend on it, you don't even need to make the survival roll to calm it down.
I'll also feed it, I'll talk to it, and I'll tell it that it's safe now.
Okay,
What was it? You guys broke up. What was it?
a horse.
Just a
Yeah.
horse?
Yeah,
It's
still
not
got
horse.
the sugar cubes.
Yeah, it's malnourished and well abused.
That's wonderful.
Why would they pin up a horse?
So
This one-
basically, you got Beast Friend, and obviously you're communicating with the horse. So
Maybe it's a magic horse.
it's a heavy war horse named Shadow Mist. Stolen. Obviously, I don't know how horses count time, but you ascertained it was stolen several days ago. The goblins murdered two legs and one of the two remaining horses. The other two legs escaped on back to Sandpoint, but I proved to be more than a match for the goblins. Through a mixture of luck and false bravado, apparently the goblins managed to knock Shadow Mist unconscious, so he doesn't know what happened there. But he took out 4 of their own. Basically, when he recovered, he was in the exercise yard. They basically and bound up. They cut his bonds, poured a potion of healing into its mouth. Not that he'd know that, but something made him feel all the pain went away, and he felt warm glow. And Shadow Mist leapt up and began racing in circles around the yard. The smelly two legs panicked and fled, shrieking as they went. Basically, a bigger one with some sort of gold hat. Basically, he said was the chief. Approached him with a very large-looking metal sharp object. So the horse kicked him very hard. There was a crunch on his arm, and he ran away. The remaining goblins tried to murder him, apparently, and basically, eventually, with the loss of 3 more of their number, they basically somehow managed to beat him up and force him and shut him in there. And they basically, haven't fed him or watered him since. So there you go.
My friend Ronic's got some sugar cubes for you.
I've got some sugar. I've got a water skin. Here they go, lad. I will feed and water the big horse.
Okie dokie. That's all. You calm the horse down and assure it all the nasty goblins won't hurt it anymore, I assume. And unless you want to rescue it now, I suppose you're going to have to convince it to stay here for a while longer.
I'll ask it if it's comfortable doing that, and I can leave Amber to keep it company. And
Okay.
some food water,
Sounds good.
and we'll come back once we make sure all the nasty goblins are definitely gone, and we'll take it out into the green world again.
Okie dokie. Sounds good to me. Is there any more of this floor you wish to explore?
Yeah, Dundrak didn't say there was a place.
here. I'm still in that hallway.
Yeah, did you make your attack? Did you make your damage roll with your mace? I didn't see it.
No, I didn't. I was waiting. I will do it now.
He was waiting patiently like a good teammate. Thank you. Already gave him a Benny for his great joke about the feedback loop earlier. Okay, you smack very hard. No, dash damage. You don't have to roll to hit the door. Well, technically you do. It's parry too, but anyway. No, I'm afraid it's a sturdy door.
I'm gonna try again with a Benny because I got him to waste.
I'm not sure if you really need to spend a Benny because you could just smack it again, can't you? So I'll give you your Benny back because I'm nice. But no, again, you're unable to. I mean, although you dent the door, it seems quite secure.
In the words of T-Rex, I'm gonna bang a gong.
Yeah, Stunty, didn't I say you reckon there was a dodgy wall or something this way?
A dodgy what?
Wall. You said that the walls was wrong or something. There was like a panel or something. I don't know. I said something.
No, it's just lots of little silly little rooms. There's one wee little room that's really narrow.
So I keep fucking that chicken till I got it.
There's a narrow door.
Yeah, you do actually, because although the dice can't explode, an 8 and a 2 is a 10, so you do force the door open. In the meantime, Brannick, I think I need a notice roll from you, please.
Okay. Oh, Rannick's looking for this strangely narrow room.
Probably a corridor.
Okay. Okay, Rannick. Well, this room is little more than a reeking hole in the ground. It's a rim stained with refuse and waste. In the meantime,
Come on, Miss Stunty.
oh, Goodfella has forced the door open and steps inside. I'll just do Goodfella and then we'll come back to you, Rennick, on your notice roll. So this foul-smelling butchery is a horrifying affront to all the senses. Haunches of poorly smoked meat hang from hooks along the ceiling or lie heaped atop crates. In some cases, the meat seems to be dog or horse, but in many cases, the meat has an all too recognisable features like feet, hands, or grimacing faces. Basically, he found the food. He found the food storage locker, and most of the meat that the goblins seem to be eating is humanoid. Back to
he's found input. I found output.
Indeed, a Rooney. So, beyond what you notice, Reddick, is when you get to there, the wall. That's where the edge of the wall room is. There appears to be a small room, much less foul smelling. And you made your notice check, so you open it up. There we go. Revealing a single extra large sea chest with a heavy iron padlock.
The iron padlock, this says.
Yes.
Well, Rannick, since he's got a set of thieves' tools, even though he doesn't have thievery, is going to give it a go.
Okay. Okay, so okay, so you pick the thief, you put the picks and everything in and start fiddling around with it like you've sort of seen Jelsa do, and you basically hear a nice triumphant click. At which point I need you to make an evasion roll, please, as you trigger the trap.
That's exactly two.
Okay.
I best Benny that.
Oh, I wanted you to get tetanus, which is what happens if you don't evade the trap. Rusting, sliding,
Look here. Look here.
rusting, scything blades. Basically, are triggered from the fact you, lockjaw exactly. Basically, you duck out the way, barely avoiding the scything blades that, although were once poisoned, it's dried up and just gives you a chance. Just gives you now tetanus instead. But you're absolutely fine. So in the meantime, you have opened the chest. What's really evil is you actually there is a key to open it, but if you turn the key the normal way, you still trigger the trap. You actually have to turn the key in reverse to unlock it, to unlock the chest without triggering the trap. But anyway, okay. Opening up the chest, it's full of coins. Thousands of coins, in fact.
Oh, that's going to be bloody heavy to carry.
Yep. It's quite a lot in there. I take it no one's really cares for any of the other stuff that's in the party sheet at the moment, do they? All the gear in there. So I'll just say you're leaving it behind.
Hang on.
No, I think any magical stuff we're going to be taking with us to sell.
I've not seen it yet because I was in a different room when it got picked up.
Oh, bugger. Well, no one's checked it. Well, it's okay. We know where it is. I'll put it back later. I'm just going to dump this in here for now. So basically, a couple of thousand silver, multiple thousands of copper, just under 100 gold, lots of malachites. There's chain shirts. There's a fine blue silk gown with silver trim. There's a gold holy symbol. There's a jade necklace, a set of manitars, and a scimitar.
Well, let's get people that do magic to take a look at stuff and see if any of it's magic.
All right.
Okay.
A bit like that stuff that we've just thrown away. See if any of that was magic too.
Yes. I'll go get it back.
Aye, Saturday all right.
I mean, I may be the only one here that don't do magic, but doesn't it make sense if you find some stuff and you think it might be magic to check if it's magic?
All right.
I mean, I'm literally the only one here that can't cast a spell and can't detect magic.
Okay. Yeah, actually having an argument with the GM.
No, I'm talking to everybody else because none of you thought to do it.
I thought you were
Jelsa isn't anywhere near there. She's back.
Nobody anywhere near you.
All right. Yeah, Rannick comes and finds the nearest magic user, which will probably be Dondrad by the looks. Stunty, come here. I wanted to check this out.
Well, the short sword's magical.
Aye. What else?
Potions, just a wildcat.
I'm guessing the unidentified armor is magical.
Let's go through it and have a poke out. See if first find if there's any magical items in there. None of them are hammers. None of them are made by dwarves. You know what I mean, the masterwork stuff is okay.
I don't think any of the armor's magical, is it? Breastplate's there's a breastplate that's masterwork. I have to be honest, actually, I have to say that is the one thing I have noticed about Pathfinder of Savage Worlds, that basically D20 Pathfinder that makes a lot of time and effort about. D20 Pathfinder, all the items you find are different sizes. They're small, medium, or large. That doesn't seem to happen in Savage Pathfinder. It just seems to be it's a breastplate and it's masterwork. It doesn't matter. It came off a goblin. I mean, common sense dictates that, but there's no rules for it. Okay, so I do wish there was I almost wish that the GM actually got the non-ID message as well sometimes, because anyway, as far as I could tell, you got three potions and a short sword that are showing as magical, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, the only thing magical in there is a short sword, which is pretty nice. Who wants a magical sword?
I already got one. Though I've been thinking I should get a spear, so we don't have to run right up to people. I can fall over before I reach them.
What about Goodfellas? Goodfella got a magical weapon.
No, I don't have any magical weapons, but what's magical?
I could fell turn into a robot.
Sounds like it.
Those idiots have robots.
Bert's down with the bunnies.
The
Yeah,
bunnies are already
let's
released.
give the magical sword to Goodfella. To see if he can use it.
Yeah, you
Gonna
can
walk
give
out here.
Yep. Go to
Gonna
Goodfella.
walk out here like a Pied Piper of bloody Hamlin with animals following me.
It's just that whenever we get into a fight, because I take ages to get there, I tend to be in the middle of the back.
There's a very finely made scimitar as well. It's masterwork.
Well, that could just be something to take back to sell if it's no good to anybody if they've already got something magical or better. But
Anything masterwork or magical will take even if nobody specifically wants it because it's worth money.
you can leave it here with the horse and get it on the way.
Let's have a
back.
notice check, Jelsa.
Chelsea's gone downstairs again, hasn't she?
There's three.
You don't hear
magical
anything.
Potions in there as well.
There are 3 magical potions. They're all the same potions. You can each nab one. And to be honest, actually, they're easy enough. You recognise them by this point. They're potions of healing.
Did that cover all the doors or just?
No. Each door, because when you critically failed the one behind the monster that will insta kill you. Okay. Yeah. So notice check behind that door as well, please. And what are the rest of you up to?
We see the key ring. Is that the key ring actually got keys to this place in it?
Yes.
Probably.
Oh, it basically unlocks all the door. Well, yeah, it's a key ring. It's got quite a lot of keys on it. In fact, all locks in the areas. Blah blah blah. To blah 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 blah. And I'm obviously not telling you what the blah blah blahs are. Okay,
Let's give the key ring to Chelsea. I should love that.
Jelson, behind that door, you don't hear anything. Okay, is anyone right? Has anyone nabbed the potions? Who is anyone nabbing? Are you giving the key ring to Jelsa when you catch up with her?
I'll take the potions if nobody
Does
else
anyone
is
want the masterwork light leather jacket? You know, it's nice armor.
No, because it's
Good armor for those that have armor limitations.
It's half weight, isn't it, masterwork?
No, it's not half. Is it half weight? No, it's not half weight. It's 1 die less, isn't it, on strength requirements?
Hasn't it got a D4 strength requirement anyway?
I don't know. It says D6, so it should be D4. Yeah, I'll check that out later. But yes, that's all it is. Actually, it doesn't get. I'm thinking of Aegis, isn't it? Okay, if no one else wants to nab anything, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say you're going to sell it all.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm just going to say you sell it all and then just do that. It's easier to pretend you've sold it all, isn't it? There and then, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's all pretty much dross.
Just as well money doesn't weigh anything, really, isn't it?
It is. It used to. Okay, Jelsa's moved up to the next door. Can I have another notice check, please? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just assume that everybody is down the next level for the sake of expediency and because I'm fed up with trying to do 2 maps at once.
Yeah, well, should be good following Jelsa anyway, because once she's got a set of keys, she'll be off like a rocket.
Yeah, because she was so slow.
I didn't hang around while you guys were checking out the chest. You guys didn't notice, but about the time Rannick was up there poking around and trying to get himself killed, I was already down the stairs.
Okay, so basically, let's give you the room description for this room. A single lantern hangs from a hook on the wall next to where the stairs enter this room. From the north, several rickety doors open onto it, and a few discarded dog pelt rugs lie forgotten in the northeast corner. There isn't a sign, but judge it because I changed the sound effects. We're going to say, "Welcome to Dungeon Level 1."
Thank you, Gregor.
I'm gonna go look under those shelves.
Did anyone understand that?
Nope.
Goodfellas definitely gone Dalek, hasn't he?
Yeah, totally.
Exterminate! Exterminate!
Oh, that's very good. I'm going to have to give you a benefit for that because it's perfect right now.
Excuse me, can you hear me now?
No,
We
you're
can-
just too.
There's
very-
obviously a quality issue with Discord at the moment, and you're a bit garbled.
Alright, I'm gonna jump off and come back on.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, Jelson. Basically, that door. All you get from the sense of that door is because you got a really good raise. How? Because you're obviously getting good at this stuff. All you get from behind that door is a sense of a very long corridor.
So it sounds like
Is it better?
Much better.
Yeah.
I had
Okay.
tried to say that I was going to explore the dog pelts.
Okay, they are literally just dog pelts, a bit moth-eaten and a bit.
And
moist
I'll
for
let
wear.
the others know that I think there's a corridor behind that door, but I'm going to go listen at the next door. They always yell that I just.
Hang on. What have I done wrong here? Please tell me I've got a mistake. I've got a mistake. I've got a mistake on the player's map. I need to make a note.
Take it to make it.
On another note, actually, I think the Pathfinder Bestia is falling through the QA black hole like some of my other stuff did in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I submitted it ages ago and I thought it'd been released and apparently it hasn't. So D2 is marked. I have no idea what's happened to that. I'll have to chase them up on it. D3. But anyway, I finished Rise of the Runelords book 4. Yes, the other day. So I've only got 2 more to go, and the companion still hasn't been finalised. So I'm not looked at that yet. I've also finished the archetypes, which I think if you kickstarted with the Fancy Grounds option, you were going to get the archetypes bungled in with the core rules.
Right, cool.
Only Archetypes 1. Archetypes 2 won't be bungled in, I don't believe. But Archetypes 1 are the Iconics, and Archetypes 2 are the not Iconics. Okay,
Maybe
so...
they'll be Zippy in or George in.
Shut up. I'm trying to read the dungeon here. Okay. Okay. Just as you get to that door, you're nasally affronted by horrifying, sickeningly sort of perfume-like smell even before you listen at the door. It's a mixture of vinegar and rotten flowers, and it's wafting through the badly maintained door. And you don't actually... it also sounds like there's some sort of discussion going on in there. When mean discussion, I mean the type of discussion made by 8 or so women who really aren't happy with each other and are being louder and more polite with each other with every comment.
Well, holding her nose, she's going to step back and go, Brannick, I think that's a door that'll interest you.
And they all appear to be speaking. Well, actually, will Jelsa understand what they're saying? No, but you have no. Jelsa, you don't understand what's being said in there.
It sounds like a bunch of ladies gathered, Brannick. You want to go check it out?
There are promises like that arguing about who's going to pay for the scones. You pay for the scones. Oh no, it was not your turn, Becky. It was you.
I'm going to turn that on for a sec just because I can see what you guys can see. Because I've lost track of what you can and can't see half the time. But if I turn on the black, so I can't see the map, it's helpful. So now I can see what, because I know it tells me what that tells me when you've opened doors that I don't necessarily know you've opened. So you're just standing around in this room.
No, I've told Rannick and the others probably heard that there's a bunch of women behind this door, and this place really reeks. And she's going to step back because, well, the gnomes could do a much better perfume than that.
So hang on.
Must be goblin made.
There's a bunch of women behind that door there.
And it smells like they're wearing goblin made perfume.
Right. I'll tell them to bugger off, all right?
Well, you have such a way with the ladies, you know, Randy. Ask Amico.
Rannick will go and open the door and stand imposingly in the doorway.
Well,
They
no,
sure gave you a big enough map for all those guys, huh?
So the walls inside this room are lined with small wooden cages. Inside each... Oh, that's the Goblin Nursery. See, that's the problem. I have to use a different description.
Oh, wow.
Sorry, that was the wrong description. Dozens of ratty cushions, lumpy pillows, and the rumpled dogskin furs lie heaped in the south half of this room. I'm going to turn that back on. Of this chamber, which smells a nauseating mixture of vinegar and flour. So basically, inside this room, I can't actually see. Where is he? Oh, that's because he might not be there. So basically, this room appears to be full of goblins. And one other individual.
What's that? They have a cave troll.
That's the bugbear dude that the elven lady told us about, who's a bit of a bastard.
A big bugbear.
It is a bugbear. Basically, you get the impression this is you've just opened the door on the bugbear with his goblin harem.
Ew!
He's not very happy, and he's got the King of Spades. And he comes striding towards you.
Please tell me we catch him in
no,
the
you don't
act.
come striding. Actually, you won't come striding towards... Hang on, his gear doesn't seem right. What's his gear?
Was he in the middle of anything? I don't want him to have been in the middle of anything.
A personal roar and... Well, you did intrude on him in his personal time. There's a 50... Let's find out. Let's have a look. He must have finished because he's had time to put his armor on.
Oh, phew. I did not need that to haunt my nightmare.
I don't know, if his trousers were around his ankles, he'd have definitely been vulnerable, maybe distracted.
Yeah, but I just don't want to see bugbear erections. I mean, really. Especially not if they're being used with goblin. Oh.
Okay, so...
And well, Jolsa got one whiff. Notice she stood back and told Rannick to go deal with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so he basically... First thing he does is he snarls, grabs a potion and quaffs it very quickly. Then he grabs his bow and basically fires an arrow at Rannick. No way, I'm afraid. That hit will hit you. Certain people spent a lot of time diggling around upstairs, which means powers will have run out by now, but you won't be vulnerable, you won't be bleeding out, and you won't have any of these other nasties.
Oh, that big one again.
I just
Still rolled a 3.
He rolled a 5. Oh, no, he didn't. Multi-action.
multi-
Yeah. He still rolled a 3. I see what you're saying. Yes. Point taken. He still rolls a 3. Okay, Rannick. Obviously, you're to get to him, you got to wade through the goblins, whereas he was just firing an arrow over the top of them.
Rannick will try to push his way through, saying, "Bugger off now, ladies, and no bugger will kill thee." And Rannick will just try to force his way through them and punch the bugbear.
The goblins basically scream and attack you, so you don't get a chance to force your way through, I'm afraid.
I'd probably actually want to stop him doing that if I can.
Why did that not work? Oh, probably because I have to do that. And then can I do that? Will that then work? Yes. Okay, that's another mistake I've just found. The Great Flail was in the gear, but not on his character sheet.
In which case, if the goblin women are not going to get out of Rannick's way, he is just going to punch them to subdue.
Well, half of them are a bit basic. You're not sure if they're trying to charge you out of attacking you or basically wanting to jump you. You're not entirely sure.
Oh.
Right. Well, either way.
I mean, you're a good-looking half-orc after all.
I don't know. I've not got the attractive end, but He is a bit brawny.
Okay, you shake a goblin. You shake a female goblin. Good fella.
I don't have sight in the map. But I would like if I could do anything, I would follow Rannick in. There we go.
So I didn't realise that lighting was turned on. No wonder you guys couldn't see what was going on.
Those of us with dark vision, you got a problem.
May I run into the room?
It's a bit full of goblins at the moment.
Can I shoulder past Rannick? How about let me tell you what I'd like to do?
Why don't you tell me what you'd like to do? I have to admit that the narrow confines of Pathfinder maps I find very annoying so far.
I would like to run up to the door and just throw a blast in at all the goblins. Because I'm a little PTSD'd from the sausage pantry.
And this really isn't going to help with that imagery.
Ironically, you're just going to get one road. So are you going?
Yeah, that's what we like. There, we like it.
Should just be able to do that. Click the target all enemies button, unless you've got other things on the map elsewhere.
It's not all enemies, though, is it?
Because he's not going with the bugbear.
That cone goes over all of the goblins.
Where's the target?
Yeah, I'm trying to get them all. I'm having a little Vietnam flashback.
There you go. That to get some.
I'm yelling, "Fire in the hole! Fire in the hole!"
It's all of them except Goblin 2, basically. Okay, make your blast spell, because Goblin 2 can flatten themselves against the wall. But anyway, make your spell casting roll. You've probably not got it equipped. Actually, you are in a dungeon, I suppose. Maybe I should do it nicely. Inventory. Mind you, it probably doesn't have the settings on it. No. I can't see his ever-burning torch. Yeah, I'll have to look into why that isn't. I'll have to work out how that works later.
Just the narrative, so you can skip the light, because there's a narrative reason why it wouldn't apply.
Yeah. Did you make your spellcasting roll? Yes, you did. 5. Roll the damage.
We're going for Bairns next.
Well, this will clear the room quite quickly.
Oh my god. I love the smell of goblins in the morning.
It'll go real well with that smell of ammonia.
Well, that was a short fight.
Wow.
Although, do you want to know what's really cruel? It's only done that to one goblin.
Well, that goblin's no more. That goblin's painted the room.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and treat it like I'm going to treat it like it used to be done in the old days, where all extras got hit by a single die roll just for that one. And all you need to do now is roll damage for the bugbear. It's another blimmin' 6 in there. Oh, he's done it again. He's got another 6. That's 3 wounds on the bugbear.
Well, I'm not entirely sure what they were doing in the room, but they probably greased themselves up first. And it must be flammable.
I'm too disturbed to give you a beddy right now.
I'm too disturbed to keep my lunch down.
You know, if I was still wondering how he got all that energy. If he just got finished, I'd be taking a nap.
Well, he had time to put his armour on, so I'm not sure how long ago he'd finished. And he's going to attempt to soak that. Why did Rannick did not get a Benny? It was supposed to go on the wound. Oh, yeah. Brusmus just basically avoids all the damage roars in pain and looks a bit upset as his entire harem goes up in smoke. Apart from one crazed goblin who's going to go mad with rage at the fact that all of her friends just got sliced up, and going to attack Goodfellow with a dog slicer once and then again. Right, now let me see. I need to give one to Goodfellow for that, and I need to give one to Dundrad for that disturbing image he cast earlier. This goblin ineffectually does anything. Over to Jelsa.
Yeah, Jelsa realizes that they're all bottlenecked over there, so she's going to open this door.
Go on then, by all means. You open the door.
Because they're not paying any attention to her because they're busy, so that's when she takes her opportunity. Rannick's
Yeah, she's gonna get bored. She's got to go do something.
Well, and Rannick's going to be spending this whole combat, fighting the rest ones, so it'll take him at least that long to finish.
I bet she's gonna try and wrestle him too.
Well, I'm going to go through the door and listen at the next one.
Okay.
He's all sweaty. Rannick's gonna go up and lube himself up and jump at him.
I have only one thing to say to that. You guys probably can't hear that, but anyway, I must be just being too traumatized to talk properly. Irina.
Good fella.
So it's quieter now, I think.
Sworn off sausage for a couple of days, good fella. Doesn't mean that Rannick's sworn onto it.
Jelsa, I think I'm going to have nightmares after this.
Well, you can't, if you close the door behind you, you might be able to block out the smell.
Jelsa, all you can hear from behind that door is sort of the sound of a quietly clanking chain.
Okay, well, I'm listening. I'm going to be by the door.
Yeah. But
Well, it sounds like they've got things pretty much under control down there. So Bert's going to step over here and open this door.
Okay.
Bert and I do the 1-2 punch all the time. He does one and stirs it up. I go the other way.
Okay.
Did you miss Irina?
No, I came over behind you.
Well, as you can see, they're along the corridor. Okay, you move to there. So, two large stone doors sit at the western wall. Their faces carved with images of horrific, deformed monsters crawling their way out of a pregnant woman of all races.
That's gross.
That'd be Lamashtu then.
Snookums is just going to kind of follow up, kind of trying to see what else is going to happen.
Okay. Well, as you can see, it just seems to be lots of corridors and fun stuff. And that brings us to Dondrad.
Yeah, maybe I should have told him about the bus defects. Yeah, Lamashtu's big on bus defects. Just don't. It's a sick religion, right? I'm going to lean round the corner. Let's see if I can shoot him. When it gets out of the room.
You fire your crossbow at Broof Asmus. I'm terrible at that pronunciation. And do absolutely nothing.
Really put that armor on. In fact, you know what? I'll penny the damage just for the laugh.
Okay, well, he's going first again. He strides into the doorway and, grasping his heavy flail in 2 hands, he swings. Hitting Dondrad, missing Goodfella, but hitting Rannick. Oh, Rannick, we might come back to you in a second. Dondrad Okay, I'm going to spend a Benny on the damage on Rannick because that was ridiculous. Oh well, looks like it. Yeah, Rannick, you're shaken by that smack. Dondred, no, yeah, I mean it was a good hit on you. You're just heavily armored. That brings us to Arena.
Go on hold.
For this, I would have told her when I saw her coming up behind me that I heard chains, but I can't tell if it's like chainmail or shackle chain.
Can I squeeze up next to her and listen?
Of course you can.
Oh, there we go. Then I'll do that.
Now seeing mine and Irina move from all that time back we moved. There's something terribly laggy on my map.
No, I keep accepting your move, and then it looks like you have to accept again. So I'm not sure what's going on.
Whoa, what the fuck?
That doesn't explain why I just saw Irina move.
Because Arena just moved on top of you. Okay, Arena, yeah, same thing. You get the impression the room behind you is quiet. There's just the sound of sort of just chains gently clinking together. You still have 5 inches of movement left. You wish to open the door and stride in purposefully.
I wish to open the door and peek around.
Okay. So the southern wall of this room is a bank of cells with iron doors, 6 in all. The rest of the room is obviously a torture chamber. A rack sits against the far wall. An iron maiden stands to the north. And a fire pit smoulders below, a spiky cage dangling from a chain in the ceiling to the east. Apparently, there's no historical evidence that iron maidens ever existed, apparently.
Yeah.
Interesting. I think Bruce Dickinson might have something to say about that. Really? Nobody? Never mind. Okay, I'll go in and check for prisoners. I'm moving Jelsa slightly so I can find me. No, I can't. I can't find me under Jelsa. I know I'm there, but I can't see me to move me.
That's okay.
Is that me? No, door.
Stacking's a real problem. So
There I am.
yeah. That's 2 inches of movement to get you to there.
Can I see into these cells because it's not actually letting me?
Well, yeah, this is the thing.
Yeah.
They are bars. They're empty, I think. Each of the iron doors includes. Oh no, they're iron doors. So no, you can't actually. The description says they're iron doors. So.
Do they have those hatches that you can look through?
Well, that's an interesting one. Each of the iron doors enclosing the cells can be broken and have a hardness. Doors can be picked with fever. No, I don't think you can. For ease, I think you'll have to open the doors to see inside them.
In that case, I will move one extra one across and start listening at that one to allow Jelsa the room to easily come in and listen at the first, if she wishes to.
Okie dokie. Rannick, you recover from the blow that mighty flail caused upon you.
Now, this Brithelmus guy, you said he's put his armour on, yes?
He has his armour on, yes.
Had he put his helmet on? Or does he have a helmet?
Considering what he was doing, my mind has gone the wrong direction.
That doesn't really look like a helmet, does it?
Actually, yeah, that's a leather cap.
That's a leather cap.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's all right, but it's an open face one, so that's okay. This still works. He's used his flail and he's got a big sweep, hasn't he? And so it wrapped round the back of Rannick's shield. So Rannick's going to grab hold of the chain on the flail and yank Bristalmus towards him and headbutt him in the face. So he's hitting the bit where there's no armor on the helmet.
Well, that'll be opposed strength checks then.
Well, that was just the narration for me headbutting him. Basically, as a cold shot.
Straight up cold shot.
Cold shot to the head. Okay, go for it.
That was my narration for a cold shot to the head. I was trying to make it like sound cool and stuff.
Okay.
Hopefully, the gang up bonus is going to help me with that. -4 to hit.
Gang up's only going to give you plus.
You hit.
Okay.
I don't know if he's got a gang up bonus at all.
Now I've got gang up +1. Because
Does the goblin does the goblin not give +1 gang up?
Yeah, but while the goblin gives an extra 1, it's still only one person to counter out one person. But either way, I'll hit him.
Tackle zones, mate. Play 3rd edition Blood Bowl. It's all tackle zones.
I know that, but it's just that I get the rule, but it's just that goblins are cheating things. They don't play fair.
Goblins cheating Blood Bowl as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
I don't have a Blood Bowl team, but I do have a miniature goblin cheerleader somewhere.
You know what? I'm going to Benny that damage. That's better. Hopefully I broke his nose.
I don't think that's funny.
Yeah. You wound him.
And narratively, I'll still have hold of his flail unless he goes before me next round, in which case I won't have, because I'm going to try and disarm him if I go before him next round.
Dondrad.
Take that, you bastard.
He's unstoppable. No. Oh. Sorry, I need to retcon something.
GM rewinding.
GM rewinding.
What does the need to retcon?
I'm retconning the fact that basically when he missed Dondrad, Dondrad is a humanoid and therefore his favoured enemy, so he gets to re-roll for free, doesn't he?
He does, but that was a sweep, and he needs to take the one that he wants to take on everybody.
Well, that one would hit everyone, and the effects would be this. Actually, hang on, no, it was damage, so I can unretcon that. I did hit Dondrad, didn't I? It was just a case of I'm unretconning that one. Ignore me.
Good fella, you missed.
It was good fella I missed, yeah.
And he doesn't count.
Ooh, however, I am re-retconning. He's got no mercy. So Dondrad was actually, I'll re-roll the damage on Dondrad, doing 11 points of damage, meaning Dondrad was shaken and doesn't have any difference, but it nearly meant I needed to use he needed to spend a Benny to unshake. Okay, we're up to date. I'm happy with that. It's like I've got to use their abilities, haven't I?
yeah, otherwise it doesn't work. So he's just been headbutted in the face. I'm going to try and hit him in the kneecap.
Oh, well, one goes high, you go low.
Aye.
Who's going for the Achilles tendon?
Gang up +1. Dondrad milk missed. We'll Benny it for a laugh. No. He's in a tussle.
Okay, Jelsa.
I don't know how I keep ending up all the way back. I just moved because I found myself in the middle of the room I'd already left. If Irina's gone in the room, I'm going to step in with her.
Okay.
Are all these? What about these doors over here? You said these on this side are.
They're all iron. They're all iron doors, apparently.
Is there any sound coming from any?
You'll have to listen at each one, or you could just pick pick one at random and try a thievery roll.
Well,
I mean, they're really thick iron doors. I'm not sure you'd hear through them, to be honest. So now you're. I think to be honest, your best bet it's a thievery roll -2, or hardness 14. Bearing in mind you can't ace dice when breaking them.
I really don't think that Jels is going to be breaking through a iron door.
Okay, but she could pick locks.
Yeah, that she could definitely do.
That's why she does that instead.
Indeed. Although I'm afraid the lock is a bit of a beggar and doesn't want to go. That said, this place looks like it has no one's been in here for a while. I'll give you that from your notice roll, which I'll treat as a free notice roll.
Okay, well, I moved up to the center door, but my token just isn't acting normal today.
Well, it shows you the right there.
Yeah, well, that's not where I'm seeing me. I'm seeing me back at the door. The main door, behind Irina.
So make it comfortable. It's time for you to settle down.
I'd say it's lag, but I'm not getting that kind of lag in chat or on my rolls or anything.
If you are a very good boy and I hear nothing else from you.
Okay, well, that would be my run.
Okay,
Right,
but
a lot.
I'm going to move on. I moved the cursor on to save you doing it.
Well, I don't like the looks of those double doors over there. So I'm going to go as far away from those as I can. I'm going to come over here and check out this door.
Can't spell bumped, but anyway. Are you opening it, or you have opened it? Okay. Okay. The floor of this cavern seems strangely polished and smooth. To the east is a thick curtain of vines and nettles, hang down over a wide opening overlooking the Varisian Gulf.
I will go ahead and take my last 2 inches of movement to get to there.
Okay.
Still not seeing much of any interest. So I will wait for Snookums to catch up.
Okay. Snookums.
And that will be our turn.
Can Snookums make a notice roll, please? Because Snookums has a better sense of smell than you.
Yes.
I would hope so.
So Snookums senses something that you couldn't see because they were concealed within the vines. 2 very interesting looking. I think they're the wrong tokens. I'll have to check in a minute. Oh, maybe not. I'm thinking of something else. Actually, they're not. I was thinking of different monsters. They're not concealed in the vines. They're up on the ceiling, but Snookums smells them. Yeah, leathery, eyeless. Basically, Snookums snarls and indicates. You look up, and you can see leathery, eyeless, squid-like creatures with a squat body the size of a rain barrel. They're slowly pulling themselves across the ceiling toward you. If Snookums hadn't been with you, you reckon they may well have ambushed you rather effectively, Bert. Anyway, good fella.
I wonder if Iron Maiden is just so awesome. No. I wonder, I'm thinking of Bruce Dickinson. And how they like Dungeons and Dragons. No. So
Yeah. We do.
So I would like to. I wonder if Rannick and Dondred have this taken care of. Do they want? I asked, do you guys want to take care of this guy yourselves, or can I help out?
Feel free.
He's quite tough.
Well, no, because like Rannick, you would like to have these like hero battles.
No, he likes to fall over a lot.
All right, I will. I would like to try a new attack since you've awarded me that wonderful magical short sword. I would like to use the long sword in my dominant hand and the short sword in my left hand. But remember, I'm ambidextrous, so it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Go for it. Yeah, go for it. He is targeted, so swing away, sir. With your long sword and your accurate short sword. So you miss with your masterwork longsword. But let's see. Oh. You still miss with your masterwork longsword. Let's see. Mind you, look at that accurate short sword kicking in. Woohoo! Look at that. That's why the magical short sword just cleaves straight in. Roll the damage. Hit with a
Well, the actor
raise.
didn't have fun, did it?
Yeah. No, I'll have to check that in a minute.
I'm gonna Benny that damage.
Oh, okay. That's before I realised there was a typo inaccurate. There you go. Should work next time. That's a wound. That's a wound on him. He's going to have to spend his last penny here. He will soak it, but he has spent his last penny and is injured from the headbutting earlier. Goblin number 2 is going to basically back off to the far corner of the room, picks up a bow and shoots Goodfella. Did you notice how that dice just slid across my board on a 6? That was a bit. It was almost like it wanted to be a 6 all along. Oh dear!
So she's using a bow because Goodfella went for her bow.
Exactly. That's crap, by the way.
That would be like a Bohemian Rhapsody.
That's better. Anyway, good fella, I've just given you a Betty. Do you wish to use it? This arrow comes flying towards you. It looks like it might do quite a bit of skewering unless you deal with it. So
I will go with my rock motif and say, shot through the heart and you're to blame. You gave goblin harems a bad name.
I take it you're going to soak it, though. I spent the Betty I just gave you, but it's that's only one. That's still going to be a wound unless you want to try again.
You know, what you should have said was, you take my life, but I'll take yours too. You shot your arrow, but I'll run you through.
That's very good. That's very good. I'll give you that one. Okay.
Do your ass. Way to one up me, man. That's bullshit.
Good fella. Are you going to attempt to soak again?
I'm going to soak. I'm going to try one more soak.
Okay. I'll just hit the button. It's nice and easy and faster for you. And it's meant. Yep, you're fine. You basically dodged that arrow at the last second. Okay, and the Tentacles have lost their element of surprise and will be dealt in normally the following round. Arena. There appear to be 2 doors in the north wall.
Somebody's beaten me to it, so I'll just see anything. I've just put eye drops in and everything's blurry. How well fitted are these doors?
Well,
How
then to
big
the
are-
south. To the south
I
or
mean-
the 2 doors to the north?
Cell doors.
The cell doors?
Are there big gaps underneath or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
It doesn't actually say. So, given that they're hard to pick, and rather tough, I'm deducing they're rather well made.
Oh, well, I guess I'll leave those for those ones. What?
At the end of the day, this appears to be a well-built. Unlike the wooden thing that were above you, you get the impression this is much older. You see. Okay, there's a door there. Yes.
And in what state is that door?
Well, apparently, it's just a normal door. You can just open it. It's a normal, standard dungeon-style door. You just open it and keep going.
Ooh.
Okay, you've opened the door to the north. Okay, so stone fonts containing frothy dark water sit to the north and south of the eastern entrance to the room, and twin banks of stone pillars run the length of the long chamber. At the western end, which is obviously where you've just opened the door, Arena, shallow stairs rise to a platform about 2 feet off the ground. The walls surrounding the platform are lit by hanging braziers that emit glowing red smoke, giving the place an unearthing crimson lighting that throws the bas-relief of carvings of countless monsters feasting on fleeing humans into a lurid display. A black marble stone altar, its surface heaped with ashes and bone fragments, squats before a 10-foot statue. The sculpture depicts a very pregnant but otherwise shapely naked woman who wields a kukuri in a taloned hand that has a long reptilian tail, bird-like taloned feet, and the snarling head of a three-eyed jackal with a forked tongue. The left kukuri flickers with an orange firelight, while the right one glows with cold blue radiance. And just need to scroll down. There's an awful lot. Unfortunately, though,
yes.
That's the sort of everything you take in, and then the loud baying of hounds begins. Which carries quite a long way and basically counts as an alarm for the dungeon level. Oh, okay, that gets more interesting. Okay, I need... Okay, how many yards to an inch?
2.
Okay.
In no other setting would that sentence make sense.
Let's try that again. I just need to... I think I don't have to worry. I think it's basically all of you. Let's try that again. 20. Yeah, basically everybody, everybody's within 50 inches of this thing, and there's enough open doors. So I need everyone make a spirit roll, please. It's a fear check. If anyone gets bonuses for fear things. If you fail, let me know.
Snookums will spend a penny to re-roll.
Okie dokie.
Everybody had to roll that.
Everybody.
Yeah, and Joseph.
That does include the goblin and him, so I need to do them as well, actually, because they're not outsiders. They're not evil outsiders either. And where's the goblin?
Oh, he's a wild card too. That means he has to roll on the Gribbly Fear table.
Mm-hmm. Now you're just automatically panicked.
Hey,
really?
Well, it took 2 of my bennies, and I only spent 1 reroll. I don't know what happened there.
I don't know. It only says 1 Benny there.
Oh, never mind. I see that. No.
Oh yeah, it did say you used 2 Bennies. Okay. So fear table. Panicked is you run at your full thingy, isn't it?
You run at your full pace. You're
and you're shaking. That's interesting.
Which does mean that if he runs at his full pace, we'll all get 3 hits on him. Unless he's got improved extraction.
That's interesting. Either I forgot to put it in, or there isn't a fear table in Pathfinder for Savage Worlds.
Well, maybe there isn't.
Oh, I forgot his laugh before he got panicked. Fortunately, there isn't anything for the harem. Okay, I don't think there's a panic table. I don't think there's a panic table. Let's have a look.
It's on page 150 of the PDF.
So I've somehow managed to either I've missed it out, or more likely something's happened and it's not appeared.
If you click on the tables tab, it's there. I'm looking at it now.
Yeah, I can't. I'm useless today. It's fourth down from the top. Panics. You must immediately move at full pace plus running die away from the danger and be shaken. So that's annoying. He's shaken and all he can do is run to the far wall.
So we all get a free hit on him as he leaves combat.
Potentially. Okay. Arena, what do you want to do?
Oops. Close the door. Step back there.
Okay. In the meantime, I get to activate everybody on the dungeon level because I didn't realise how large that was. Okay. Go on then, get your free attacks because he's running away now.
So we get to punch him, do we?
You get a free attack on him, yes. You missed?
Oh, no, it's not allowed to be anything spunky. I was going to try and disarm him by ganking the flail out of his hand.
It's an attack of opportunity in D&D terms. It's just a free attack, I'm afraid.
Yeah, that's fine. Still targeting him. Should be.
Hit with a raise.
Here we go.
That's a wound. And Dondrad's already missed, so that leaves Goodfella.
I will attack. Where are those creatures and whatever? We're fighting Brother Zamus, right?
Yeah, you only get one free attack as he runs away from you.
Or runs away from the hounds anyway.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
I will slash him with the magic sword because it's been so much more effective than
Go for it.
I am.
Yeah. Go for it. Swing with the magic sword.
You got him.
Hang on.
A little pokey poke. I'm going to Benny that damage.
Go for it. Oh, okay. I slightly got that wrong. You know when you were looking around. Okay, yeah. So you wound him as well. So I slightly got the Hounds bit wrong. It's such a wall of text, and I missed something while I was skimming through it since I last read it. So you know, I said you were looking at the room, and then there was a bale of noise. That wasn't exactly correct. What happened is you looked around, then. You looked around the temple and saw all the gruesomeness of the temple. Then basically some movement caught your eye and you saw those hounds. They were up on the ceiling, and as you ran back out the door and slammed it as it let out that bay of alarm, and basically was the most scary thing you've heard in a long time. It was flying down from the ceiling to attack you.
Oh, what a feeling! Yeah, comes on the ceiling.
Could you try again?
Right. Okay. So Brosmuth you got those 3 attacks on him. He will then successfully unshake by the look of things. Yes. Broken and angry and annoyed and basically very upset that you've killed most of his harem, and he's no longer panicked, which is the main thing. So what's he got equipment-wise? No, he can't use those because it won't do any good. He's used those. Oh, okay, I know what he's going to do, just because it basically... So he's going to 2 action. For his first action, he drinks another potion, There's no potion misabilities in Savage Pathfinder. And then he's basically going to pick up his bow he left on the bed and fire an arrow at Goodfella. And the bowstring snaps. But
Okay. Snookums failed his roll. So
Snookums, sorry, I didn't realise. Snookums will therefore
okay.
be. Snookums is therefore panicked. Shaken and panicked, which means Snookums would have. This could be a bit unfortunate. So Snookums would have literally run. Is that okay?
From the sound of the hounds.
From the sound of the hounds, which means Snookums would literally run to there, and then basically it's not be able to get any further because of the vines.
Okay, that's kind of what I figured. I just wanted to know where he was before I acted.
That's fine. Yeah, they're on those two tentables on the ceiling. Obviously, they suddenly having seen Snookums run underneath them, they seem more inclined to probably drop onto him now until you move there, of course.
Well, of course. And I think I am going to multi-attack. I'm going to swing at both of them.
Okie dokie. That's an unfortunate roll.
Yeah, I expected to miss with both of them, but I'm kind of freaked out. Snookums is in danger, so that will be my turn.
I'll give you a bitty for some. Oh, it didn't bloody apply. I'll give you a bitty for some nice role playing there. Snookums has recovered from being panicked.
And Snookums will, in that case, go ahead and start tearing up Tentamort number 1.
I should have a backup, shouldn't I have? Don't mind me, I'm just talking to myself. I should have a backup of the database before I started today's game. That should tell me what Snookums' pounce ability I'd programmed it in as, because I managed to accidentally delete that earlier. But by all means, go for it.
It is not letting me. Hold on, let's try it this way. Do it that way. Now we're targeted. Okay.
So what's the date today? The date today is the 7th of the 9th. So there should be a backup. The 4th there. So if I open that with Notepad++, wow, Snookums pounces up to, jumps upwards and definitely gets a good smack in there. Let's see if I can find all Snookums. There's Snookums. That's Snookums. I'll worry about that later. Okay, and that is.
Are you talking about the pounce damage?
No. Yeah, I've lost the pounce damage. I know it's +4, but I can't remember how we programmed it in. Is what I mean.
Well, no, it's still on the character sheet that I have. I have
good.
a greater than damage +2.
Oh, brilliant!
And then I just throw on the wild attack on top of it, and it all works out.
Okay. That's absolutely fine then. I'll let you do it that way.
Okay, and that's our turn.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so you wound it. It looks like it didn't go down. Yeah, so basically Snookums wounds it, but it's still there. Goblin number 2 is remaining panicked and screaming and shouting and is not bleeding out. Okay, well, the Yef Hounds can't do much now because, of course, someone shut the door.
How trapped is that doggy in the temple?
Because they don't have opposable thumbs. Ondrad. Hang on, sorry, I'll just I'm just doing this sort of shuffle just so you guys get line of sight on things when you know what I mean when it's your turn. You're jostling each other as you all stand in that doorway.
Okay. Which shell is the dwarf under?
Right, all I'm going to do as a free action is reload my crossbow, and then for an actual action, I'm going to say to Hobgoblin, so what's the matter? You a bit scaredy pants running away? Tiny little dwarf.
Where were the mouse? Where were the mouse? Where'd the mouse go?
That's a bad roll, but four's a target.
Okay, I'm just checking stuff. Okay, that's fine. Okay, 4, and you're trying to persuade him to do what?
No, I'm just I was mocking him pretty much.
Well, persuasion.
Try to get.
Persuasion is used to turn hostile people into less hostile people.
In that case, we'll roll unskilled taunt. How about that? Oh, 1.
I mean, you say something, but it doesn't. It's not necessarily too barbarous to his feelings. Jelsa.
There's a better preacher than there is a bard.
I whispered to Irina, what did you
Probably
wake
too dumb to get out.
Sorry, what was that, Chelsea?
What did you wake up in there? Because I didn't see around you. You stepped in, saw something, we heard the horrible noise, and you came back out.
Hounds. Horrible hounds. In this whole sort of like sacrificial chamber to some mutant god, Nashdu thing. Whatever.
Well, they know you're here now. Do you think they can get out?
I don't think they have opposable thumbs. We could wait for them to catch up and then we can go in all together and kill them.
You don't even know where they are. I'm thinking Rannick's still fighting that first guy again.
Probably.
He seems to pick a favorite and spend the whole afternoon dancing with him before he kills him.
Are you doing anything else, or just having a chat? I'm just asking. It's not a problem. It's just obviously technically you get 6 seconds.
I'm gonna tell her that I'm gonna start going back to let the guys know that you found something here.
Okie doke. That's absolutely fine. Okay, well, the Tentamort that Snookums attacked is going to remain shaken. The other Tentamort, however, has all around vision, so going up -1. It's got some armor. It's got tentacles, so I think what we shall say is it's obviously going to, okay. It's going to dangle its tentacles down at you and fail to do much with you, which is a good thing, really, because you really don't want to be bound by this thing as it tries to grab you with its tentacles. And then we shall play the combat shuffle over here and put Rannick front and centre.
Rannick is going to walk in, still not bothering to draw his sword, and punch Brithasmus.
Okay.
Stick with that, and then he's going to turn to the goblin wench and say, "Now, thee, bugger off now before someone sticks something in you wouldn't like."
Okay, you shake him. So I'm just sorting other things out in the background there. Okay, and good fella. Hello, Mr. Goodfella. Have we lost Goodfella? I'll call him Don Dread if it makes things better. think we've lost him. Hello? Me round. Oh dear.
Oh no. Oh dear, oh dear.
Okay, so with tentacle attacks on Bert. Bert is, I'm afraid, entangled by the Tentacles tentacle. The second Tentacles is if it gets him as well, Bert's in trouble. Ah, the second one fails, so that's okay. Then Rasmus is going to recover from being shaken. He will basically pick back up his great flail and smack you with it, Rannick. Hitting you.
Mm-hmm.
But it has no real effect. You duck the swing. Arena.
Hold.
Arena goes on hold. Goblin number 2 unshakes and stops being panicked, and basically looking at everything, decides the easiest thing to do is to stick Rannick and miss.
So
A fighter in full armour comes striding into the room from the corridor to the south. He wildly attacks Dondrad, swinging a bastard sword down hard and critically fails.
Where the hell did that guy come from?
He critically fails as he basically swings back. He's obviously overconfident and basically does a total Rannick and slips on the floor. Good fella. Have we got Mr. Goodfella back? Or have we lost Mr. Goodfella? Hello, Mr. Goodfella. Don't really want to put him on hold, but I'm going to put him on hold. Jelsa, as you basically start moving down, as you start back down this corridor, you suddenly see this fighter stride into the room and swing a bastard sword at Dondrad. Basically, he overextends himself and loses his balance, meaning the attack misses Dondrad. And don't forget, Arena, you're on hold as well.
Does that mean he's vulnerable?
He is distracted and vulnerable.
Well, then I'm just going to run in and try to stab him.
Oh, God, you get to backstab him, don't you?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Flip and it's like, ooh, here's it. Now, Rannick, watch this.
I'm a little busy right now.
You hit him.
Now I get an extra D6 damage, right?
You most certainly do. The easiest way to do that is obviously with you is just don't double click the dice, pick up the dice and right mouse button. Yeah, to get the extra D6. Okay, so you slice in. He's very heavily armored, so as it stands, that shot. Well, you only got a 13 there. Mind you, that was the equivalent of rolling 661, so it's not too bad, I suppose.
See, Jelsa should have picked up that Masterwork scimitar.
She should have done.
She wasn't up there when you guys were, messing around with all that crap.
But you have been basically you've been entangled by one of the Tentacles. It's basically trying to finish binding you up and pulling you up to it.
Yeah, I am going to attempt to cut myself loose.
Okay, now that could be interesting. Let's have a look at their tentacles. Tentacles. Usually with tentacles, I think it's a cold shot, isn't it, to the tentacle or something? I can't remember. I'm gonna have to check it up. No, GM rules. Special abilities. Tentacle. Okay. The creature's wild card. Being performance, taunting, grappling rolls. Severing a tentacle is a cold shot. If your damage exceeds the creature's toughness, the limb is severed and the monster is shaken. If it was already shaken, then it takes a wound. So it's just cold shot -2 to hit. If you're just trying to sever the tentacle.
Okay. Plus being bound, of course.
Only entangled, not bound, fortunately.
Or yeah, that's what I meant. Entangled.
Yeah.
So
You might want to go. You might want to wildly attack the tentacle.
Tentacle.
Okay. I'm a little too bound to successfully get loose.
Okay.
It was the first one, right? That not the second one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
I'm just thinking. Stay here in case.
Yeah,
was the
I'm
first one?
swinging my arms a little bit, not to much effect. Time for
Yeah.
Snookums to save me.
There, I'll pop it on to remind us which one had you. Snookums. Not sure what happened there.
Massive delay is what I'm seeing.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. You hit with a raise. And then a miss.
We are going to spend the Benny to re-roll that.
Whoa. That was... Okay, Snookums already spent one Benny earlier, but I forgot to take it off. And he got a raise, didn't he? So on this roll. So
Better.
he shakes. Oh, he shakes it.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and just stick with that for now.
Okay, the tentacle is shaken. Have we got Goodfella back yet? We don't appear to have Goodfella back. We appear to have lost him. Which is annoying, just when you really needed him, really. Yeah. Dog Slicer swings at Jelsa. Oh, nearly became a 6. She dodges the goblin's ineffective attack. I'm going to have to slice up Goodfella. Missing.
I am going to come off hold as I realise that there's more going on than just that one goblin that I thought they were fighting, or whatever he was, bugbear thingy.
Okay.
Yeah, that scream went echoed around the whole place.
3 gets you. Yep. Yep. 3 gets you to there, and another 3 gets you to there. Yep. You get 2 more inches of movement if you wish to run.
Am I allowed to stand there with Joseph?
Yes, yeah, you can both stand in the same square. Jelsa's only little.
Okay, cool.
About the size of your average 3-year-old.
Okay, he's new. I think I'm just going to, as I don't know quite what's going on, entangle people. It seems like a really good idea.
Okie dokie.
So I'm template individual.
Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. You decide.
I want to entangle the 3. The Goblin 5, Goblin 7, and Auric. Is that his name?
Yeah, Auric. Okay, they're targeted on. So, okay, so you are doing, I imagine you're doing a selective area of effect entanglement, aren't you? So that'll be +3. So 5 power points, unless you want to, before you add any more on.
I mean, if that's
The
my
beacon burst
template,
there.
yeah, exactly. I can put it there. I don't need to select it at all.
Point taken. Although technically speaking, hang on, snap to grid's on. Let's turn snap to grid off.
If you need me to, I will.
Oh yes, you can still center it on that wall and still be okay. No, you're fine. Okay, so that's 4 power points before you decide what else. Yeah, that's fine.
4.
Gets a little more tricky with snap to grid turned on, but anyway.
Any other things?
Why is it 4, sorry?
two to cast it, 2 for every effect.
Oh, that's a very good reason. Right, no problem.
And then it depends if you want to do any more to it.
How
No,
much to it?
I'm fine with that. I'm absolutely fine with that. Spellcasting roll, by the way, should have
Okay,
been
so
active.
they are all just standard entangled.
Yeah. I want to help, but I'm not quite sure what's going on, so something relatively safe.
Okay, and then we were. Let's good fellas come back. We're down at Dondrad.
I'm back.
Well, okay, you got ambushed.
But Dondra can go first while I figure out what's going on.
Okay. Basically, a load of some goblins and a burly armored fighter came pouring out of a corridor and have attacked you. By the sound of things, there's an awful lot more goblins coming. Because, you know, goblins, they can't be quiet.
Yeah, I think we need to box up into the same room. That scream from that scream, it echoes through the dungeon. I think that woken up the whole neighbourhood and everybody's coming down on us.
Sorry about that.
It wasn't me.
Right, let's take a swipe at Auric. Who the hell is this guy? Where did he come from? I'm gonna as it is.
Trade contemplate. Trade
Shut
contemplate.
up.
That's just Snookums getting angry. So, you basically just did. Okay, then it's good fellas coming off hold.
I'm gonna attack Auric too. I figure Rannick's got the room right now, so I'm gonna take the guy right behind me.
Yep, go for it.
Sword and sword.
Go for it. He's currently distracted and vulnerable and entangled. But he is wearing heavy armor and he has a very impressive looking bastard sword. But you hit him. He's got a heavy shield and a bastard sword and he's covered in chainmail armor. By the look of things. Might be play it actually. No, free chainmail.
So that makes him a heavy bastard, right?
It does indeed, yes. You wound him. He's going to spend one of his bennies attempting to soak that damage. So he soaks your long sword, but then you hit him again with the accurate short sword. A fast stabbing jab straight in. Go for it. And just make sure the longsword actually was accurate this time. Vulnerable +2 gang +1 parry +1 bastard rise. Yeah, weapon +1. I missed it. I couldn't see it. Okay, you wound him a second time, forcing him to spend the second of his bennies in quick succession as he uses his shield to block the blow. And that brings us, I believe, to Rannick, way down at the bottom of the initiative.
Well, Rannick is going to carry on punching the bugbear and spitting his words at the goblin wench. Will they bloody run off?
It probably would. Well, it probably would have done until his friends turned up. But anyway, wild attack. Oh, Rannick's getting cross.
Yeah, Rannick's getting cross enough to draw his sword in a minute. Well, he's a humanoid. I can re-roll that.
Actually, I must remember he gets to re-roll when he misses you.
Doesn't make any difference, so I'm even going to spend a penny on it.
Go for it. Actually, you keep missing him, so
You only get one re-roll when you get a free re-roll, though.
Yeah, I know.
The hell. Oh, never mind.
That's Raddick getting angry, I think. Okay, a new round, and he goes first. He's going to swing his mighty flail at Rannick. And Rannick is humanoid, so he doesn't need to. Rannick's vulnerable. How the hell? He hit you on a 0. That's depressingly worrying.
Yeah. I'm not sure where he's got +4 gang up from.
I do. All the goblins coming down the corridor. So that's a miss.
He's on the other side of a wall.
Yes. Well, Fancy Grounds doesn't know the walls. Oh, bugger.
That'll do nicely.
Yeah, well, indeed, won't it? Okay, Raddick, over to you. I made him vulnerable as he overextends with the flail.
Right, you bugger, says Rannick as he draws his sword and does another wild attack because he's really annoyed at this guy.
That's an interesting situation. I mean, obviously, I don't normally add monsters onto the map until you know they're there, but that is one interesting way to realise that there's monsters on the other side of a wall, isn't it?
Yeah. Because
Again, bonus that shouldn't apply. Oh, that's a wound on him. Oh, he's got a Benny though. He's got a Benny. He got a Benny when the tentacle got a joke around here. So he soaks the blow.
Damn it!
Okay, the Tentamort didn't unshake, so it's remaining shaken. The second Tentamort is going to attempt to... Nope, and fails to use tentacles to grab Bert. That brings us to Goodfella.
I'm going to continue with my attack against Auric.
Okay, I'm going to make sure that see if those Yef hands can get out those doors up, I think. If they've got innate magic, then you could be in trouble. Anyway. Okay, you swing with your masterwork longsword into Auric. It's a resound, the clang of metal upon metal. How much damage, if any, do you do? The answer is none, as his armor protects him. Let's have some weapon-on-weapon action. There we go.
His shield is like a shield of steel.
I'm going to let that go. Okay, I'll hit him with a short sword.
Be my guest. You hit with the short sword. Again, his incredible levels of armor seem to be protecting him, but not too well, judging by that. That's a wound upon him. That is the third of his bennies I'm having to use to attempt to soak the damage. And he does. He parries the blow at the last second, your short sword scraping across his armor. Donjad.
Donjad. Can't do that, and I can't do that. Right, okay. I'm just gonna have to hit him. I'm out of gas. 12 points.
That's what bennies are for, isn't it?
Yeah, probably.
You swing with your warhammer, but it bounces off his shield. Jelsa, he's still vulnerable.
And I'm presuming that I'm in the same space as Irina.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter for the way I target. So
yeah.
I'm gonna. Oh, he's vulnerable.
He's still vulnerable, so you're gonna try and backstab him again, aren't you? Yep.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do
You spot your opening, Jelsa, and you stab forwards with your slice with your scimitar, I should say. Oh, that's a good shot. That means I'm going to have to spend his 4th penny. And his last, I hasten to add. And he's failed because he's distracted by -4.
That's that slash down his cheek. The blood's getting.
I still would have felt. Yep. Yeah, basically, yep. He cries out in pain as your cut makes its mark and blood flows. But you are still entangled by Tentamort 1. Tentamort 2 keeps trying to grapple you, but so far you've been able to fight it off.
Yeah, I'm really, really, really upset at this point, so I think I'm going to wild attack to get loose.
Okie dokie. You hit the Tentamort. Oh, look at that. That looks like it's going to be... It's a falchion, which is, again, a cutting motion. So with an upward slice of the of your falchion, you slice deeply into the Tentamort. It's... and it basically... Well, it's bleeding out, basically. You slash it, and obviously by killing it, you free yourself from the tentacles as it falls lifeless to the floor. You can move if you want to, but I imagine you're probably going to stay there to give
I'm going to
Snookums a
stay
game.
right there. Exactly, yep. Snookums is also very upset.
No, that's not very cat-like, but it's the best I've got for an upset Snookums.
Is that cat?
Yeah. Anyway, we get
My dog.
Correctly here. Ew,
Okay.
Wow, really? Oh, still hit. Okay.
2 hits. 2 hits from Snookums.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to roll the damage for the second one, or do you just want to leave it at that? Okay, so you basically Snookums basically guts the creature, and then basically wounds it again for good measure. Which, it will recover if someone heals him, but I get the impression it won't. Both Tentamorts drop to the ground, and now we have fun. Now we get to play fun with goblins. I'm going to use a dog slicer on Arena. The goblin misses, and he critically misses. That goblin critically misses, leaving himself exposed and vulnerable. I'll move that goblin to there. This goblin here is going to basically swing his dog slicer at Jelsa, missing. This goblin here is going to come up and basically get to there, and he's going to use his dog slicer, if I can actually drag it, onto Goodfella. This looks like a good hit coming in on Goodfella. Goodfella's spending too much time focusing on that armoured fellow, and therefore fails to anticipate the dog slicer slicing inwards. And Goodfella is shaken by a blow he wasn't expecting. Then what do we have? We have another goblin attacking Goodfella, taking advantage that his mate just shook him. He thinks he's got an opportunity, but he doesn't hit home. Okay, this goblin's going to back up over. This goblin's going to come through the door, back up over there, and he fires his bow through the sprawling mass of fighting, missing everybody. And this goblin's going to come up to there, and he's going to do the same. He's going to back off over there. And he likewise is going to fire his goblin bow at the elf, missing yet again. And the last goblin is going to just basically probably just get to about there and get to there, and yep. And I think one more goblin bow on the elf for good measure. This one hits, I'm afraid.
Yeah, it didn't wound me.
But Arena is shaken as 3 arrows whistle by her. The last one's too close to call and was a bit disconcerting. However, well, yeah, so much so she doesn't recover her wits unless she spends a penny.
I think I will spend a penny because
Okay.
there's an awful lot of the darn things.
Yep. There's an awful lot of goblins. The goblins that those goblins that did some of the swings are still entangled, but obviously they're in melee, so they can still get a go. But and Oric's still entangled because I forgot to actually make any attempts for them to escape. Well, Oric hasn't been yet. So what are you up to? Although there's an awful lot more goblins in here now.
I'm going to cast the sound of a pack of barking dogs approaching from behind me.
Okie dokie.
Because goblins are scared of dogs.
They are indeed. So it's a test. The defender opposes the casting roll with smarts. So the interest targeted. Okay. So this is where it gets interesting. This gets rather interesting, isn't it? Because it doesn't give you the option for multiple castings, if that makes sense. So I get the impression the best you can do is probably is sort of, because it is an illusionary sound, is just make one of the goblins.
Rules wise, I get why, but logic wise, that makes no sense.
Yeah, I'm guessing you used the sound power when we were upstairs with the Goblin War Chanter, and you
Yes.
just described loads of goblins coming and had it affect
Yes, but I didn't use it as a test. I actually just cast. I think this is the. It's interesting because it does say, well, if range volume, if used as a test, the defender posts the. I'm going to say it doesn't make. I agree, it doesn't make sense. I think you're going to do it. I'm going to be nice and say all the goblins get to roll.
So how come it doesn't make sense?
Well, if you make a sound, why does only one person hear it?
Yes,
but it doesn't exist. It's in your own imagination. You imagine you hear the sound.
No, I'm creating the sound.
It's sort of the School of Illusion. No, I think it does say it says a test. So, are you happy with your 6?
I'll take 6. Yeah.
Okay, so it's going to be smarts. Okay, so Goblin 1 is going to fail and be distracted. Goblin number 2, 4 I should say, but you know what I mean, is distracted. Unless you want to make them vulnerable. Sorry,
No,
of course it's your choice actually, isn't it?
No, it's fine.
I like the idea because they are scared of them, so I don't have. I logically, it was a very good move. He fails as well, and therefore is distracted. He fails, and therefore is distracted. Oh, yeah, there you go. So basically, the sound of barking dogs disturbs all the goblins.
Excellent.
In that room, anyway. Goblin number 2. Dog slices Rannick.
You bugger.
Yeah. Ooh, formation fighter. Oh, yeah, that's a nasty thing about goblins. If goblins gang up on you, their gang up bonus is added as damage.
Is it?
Yeah, they all have formation fighter.
It's like those little buggers in Descent.
Okay. Fortunately, you're basically your shield and your light steel of deflection is the only thing that stops that goblin skewering you. Okay, Oric. Oric recovers from being shaken, although he's incredibly destructive and vulnerable and everything else. But apparently he's arrogant, so he's going to wildly attack again. It would help if I typed it in the right place. Actually, he's not going to wildly attack because he is entangled. He's going to attempt to break free of his entanglement and fail miserably. That brings us onto a new round by the look of things, which we require initiative rolls. So, oh dear, this could be very unpleasant. Goblin number 3, although he's distracted, has the Joker bonus and misses.
All those goblins have got the Joker bonus.
I know. Goblin number 4 is... Where's Goblin number 4? Goblin number 4 isn't doing anything at the moment. Goblin number 4 is going to step over to here and fire his bow at Dondrad. Missing. Goblin number 5 is entangled. Goblin number 5 is going to try getting loose of this entanglement because it really doesn't like it. And fail miserably. Goblin number 6 is not entangled and will use the dog slicer on Goodfella. Hitting. Okay, that's a +1 gang up bonus from his buddy. So that's a D+. So Goblin number 6 skewers Goodfella, who basically, unfortunately, doesn't have any bennies left and therefore can't do anything about it. And I hit middle mouse button to find hit Goodfella on the combat. I have to say, I really like that. I really do like the middle mouse button on someone on the map to find them to highlight them on the combat tracker. Much more useful. Okay. Pardon?
I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, when the combat tracker gets very full, because you know the folding caused more problems and bugs than not having it. So Kill took out the folding. What you do now is like there, when the combat tracker is really long like this, and I've just hit Goodfella, I couldn't find him, so I just middle mouse button on his icon, and it jumps down and highlights him in pink on the combat tracker.
Can you unhighlight things?
If you click on him and then click again, no. But as soon as you highlight someone else, it will highlight them anyway. Okay,
it worked. So that's good.
Yeah. A distracted goblin. Obviously, this goblin here is very panicky with it. He can hear dogs coming, but it doesn't seem to faze him as he fires an arrow with unerring accuracy at Arena.
Although, would it be possible to do that the other way around?
Arena's just nipped upstairs to get dressed for work, so could you soak for her, please?
I certainly will. I'll need to middle mouse button on Arena to move down the combat tracker so I can find her.
I think she'll probably spend another one on that.
Okay. That worked. And then we have Goblin number 9, who is targeting the dwarf. Actually, no, he's going to shoot Goodfella, actually. So, no, he's Goodfella's bigger and in the way. Sorry, Goodfella. You're in the way. I'm going to have to shoot you. He can't see the dwarf at that angle. I'm going to rule. Goblin bow, but he is distracted, so he may well miss. Which he will, because of the distraction. And Goblin number 10 will shoot the Goblin bow at Arena. Oh dear, I've hit Arena again. This is what happens when we all split up and go and explore lots of different places at the same time. And activate all the monsters at once again.
No, that was Arena.
I know, I'm talking about you as a party. Okay, Auric is basically going to get free of this entanglement because he's getting annoyed by it. He's going to get free of this entanglement because he's getting annoyed by it. He's not getting free of this entanglement. Goblin number 2 is going to dog slice Rannick. Missing. But sounds like a lot of combat coming from somewhere, but everything's quiet near you.
Yeah, let's start with a run. That's a good run. I like that run. That will let me get to there. Stop that. And I
I remember the old days
see...
where tokens moved a lot faster.
Don't do that. Do this. I don't want it there. I want it there, and I can't see there. So we will not do that this round. Stop. Don't do that. Okay. Make that go away. There we go. So Bert is going to run to there, and he is going to try and shoot Goblin 3. One shot.
Okay. I shall target him for you just for speed because I was right by you. Go for it.
Bang! Ooh, hey.
But so cool. His bow makes gunshot sounds. That's a hit. Oh, you shake Goblin number 3. Goblin number 3 is shaken.
Okay, and get out of the way. No. My mouse is acting up some more. Don't do that, mouse.
Okay. I shall end your turn so it's Snookums' go.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do, is get down there to Snookums. Snookums
okay.
is also a run. That's pretty good.
That's not bad at all.
Let her get in front of me. Let's milk the system.
Sorry, I was just going to... 11 gets you to there. And then after that,
I think he's going to move to here, so that he's got kind of the little bounce around thing going.
Yep, no, that makes sense. Yep, that's fine.
Okay, and that is going to be Snookum's turn.
Okay. Oops, my mistake. I clicked there. I think we're going to have 2 actions. So my first action, Broof of Zasmus is going to drink another healing potion. Although his potion of minded protection has worn off, so he should be a bit easier to hit now.
Oh, something.
His bowstring snapped, so he can't use his bow, even though he wouldn't anyway in melee. So he's just going to flail at you again, Rannick. He misses, but you are his favoured enemy, so he gets a free reroll against you.
Mm-hmm. Oh dear.
Which hits. I think you were lucky you didn't get the raise there.
Mm.
And that heavy flail, great flail, I should say, comes in again and shakes you as it bashes into your side. Dodge it! Which means, of course, we do have to have a bit of laughter.
I think what Dondrad's going to do as a free action, he's going to pop open a scroll case.
Okay.
And pull out a scroll and start reading Flaming Sphere Selective.
Oh, yes, I forgot you had that.
The Holy Scriptures. So I'm going to start prophesizing from the scroll.
Okay, so make your faith roll.
Yeah, so I take it. Yeah, it's just a magic roll. You see what happens in that.
It is. Yeah, it's just an actual roll to successfully read the spell correctly.
Right. So the everybody in medium burst template takes it's selective as well. So they'll take 2d6 damage.
Oops, hang on. I've just noticed I've missed one. Right. How many damage? 3d6 damage, did you say?
No, they take 2d6. But I can't manipulate it.
That's okay, don't worry. I was having a look. Flaming Sphere Selective. It's a blast. Yes, it's standard, isn't it? So, obviously, that's gone now.
Yeah. So...
Okay, so that would have been nice if I could let me do that as targeted, but it didn't. So this might take a little while. So 7 damage on this goblin here. Takes him out. A nice meal and, yeah. Okay, so F3. Oop, F3. That gets interesting. Okay, 10 points of damage on... that. Okay, that goblin goes down. This goblin is incapacitated. Okay. Okay. I think Auric is unharmed. That goblin there is shaken. So I think that goblin's going to be unharmed. I think this goblin's dying. I think that goblin's basically cooked to a crisp. An awful lot of goblin here. Shake him. This goblin isn't surviving that, that's for sure. Where is he? There he is. And the last goblin. That cleared the room out.
Mm.
Yeah,
Hey, that were another big whoop. Have you got those dogs again?
back in the corner.
And I shall clear targets. Okay. Nicely done. Rannick is no longer shaken.
Hey. Since wild attack seems to be the only way I'm getting close to damaging this guy, I'm going to have to do it again, I think.
What you really need is people doing boost trait, don't you?
Boost trait, making him vulnerable, distracting him, all sorts of great. But
Mm.
I'll just
I
keep
needed
waiting.
to thin the pack because I thought they were all going to go mental on us.
With their formation fighter bonus, they would start whittling you down soon.
Alright, let's re-roll that. That's it, that'll do. Can't really afford to spend the penny now.
Sorry for the hype.
That brings us to Jelsa, who's still under arena.
And this guy in front of me is still vulnerable.
Not anymore, I don't believe. No.
Okay, but I can't move away from him. All the others are damaged, so I'm not going to worry about that.
Okay. You might as well just swing at him. You just don't get your backstab bonus, I'm afraid.
Oh, I missed.
You miss. I'll let you guys in turns because it causes no end of grief when I do it. That brings us to Arena, who had to spend 2 bennies to avoid being skewered by an arrow fired by a Joker-loving goblin. Joker-wielding goblin, I should say.
Yeah, I'm using Irina as a shield. Notice they're not shooting at me because they
It's
can't.
Ulrich been attacking us, right?
Mm.
Great, okay. I'm going to hit him. He's annoying. He's just in the way. So, yeah, I think I'm going to wild attack Ulrich.
Okie dokie. Wild attack away. Something I've realised is never ever once you work it out, never wild attack a rogue because if they survive it, they'll hurt you back more.
He's a rogue.
He's not. No, he's wearing plate mail. He's wearing chainmail. But no, I'm just saying because obviously, that's the scary thing. If you second you wild attack a rogue, they can backstab you. But he's not a rogue. Don't worry. He's an out-and-out fighter. Oh crikey! He's a fighter, isn't he? I think he's actually a fighter.
He can pick any one combat edge for 5 rounds if he wants to.
Yes, he can. He does have martial flexibility, so I really ought to. And I have to use the bastard sword two-handed to sweep in this, don't you? So that would.
I'm pennying that damage. That's really, really not good damage.
He can take one combat edge that lasts for 5 rounds. Oh, and he didn't need first strike, but he had it. I think I'm going to give him. Yeah, I think I'm going to give him that. Actually, thinking about it, the amount of ways you guys are trying to hit him, which I will activate. And that lasts for 5 rounds. Okay. You shake him. That seems to be the net result of that. And yeah, no, I'm thinking he's what I've given him does count with his mindset. So good fella.
I'm unshaken, so I would like to attack Auric. What's going on with him?
He's shaken as Arena and Jelsa in quick combinations of blows have sort of shaken him slightly. So and then also the fireball that went off probably shook him slightly, but he's just got a grim determination in his face. His jaw is set in a grimace, and he's preparing to. He's still entangled, I think. Actually, he's wildly attacking left, right, and centre as well.
All right, I'm going to attack him first with the long sword, and then let's see after that.
Go for it.
I do have a question.
Yes.
What can I use conviction points for?
Anything you like. Gives you an extra D6 on everything for a round. Damage, straight rolls, anything. You just drag it and drop it in chat to activate it if you want, and then
Does it reclaim bennies?
No. But it means basically every roll you make while your conviction's active, you get an extra D6 that gets added on to everything you've already rolled.
Every move you make, every test you take, add the D6 in.
I'm going to use my conviction.
Go for it. So literally drag it and drop it in chat like it was a Benny. Okay, you basically swing at him, and I'm gonna have to spend a penny on that as you hit him. But he soaks that without any problems, secure in the knowledge that his armor will protect him.
Oh, that gives me an idea.
And you shake him. Okie dokie, end of the round. A joker would be nice because then certain people. Oh, the bad guys got the joker, not the good guys. Because with bennies, you can maintain your conviction. Has anyone got common bond?
I certainly haven't.
Goblin number 6 is going to dog slice up Goodfella. And miss. Goblin number 7 is going to dog slice Goodfella. But not critically fail. Goblin number 9 is going to recover from being slightly singed. And come charging up here and going to basically dog slice Arena. And I'm afraid Arena does get dog sliced.
Oh dear.
For 2
Not her
wounds.
No, nothing she can do about that.
Well, she hasn't got any. I didn't notice she didn't have any bellies left, so that's unfortunate. So basically, with the dogs, the dog slicer slices down, and the elf cries out in pain. Okay, Auric unshakes. Okay, he's still entangled, but he's quite confident, so he's going to basically turn and basically bring his entire might of strength and technical prowess in fighting to bear and mercilessly beat down on Goodfella. And miss. Let's try that again, shall we? And he hits. Shaking good fella. You got off lightly there, I think, personally, but anyway. Rannick!
I'm still at this bloody bugbear.
This fight's going on forever.
Well, the bloody hell! Lie down on
Didn't he do this last week? Engage with one guy and spend while everybody's cleaning up, he's fighting one guy.
That's
Yeah,
because all of you have magic and he doesn't.
Yeah, anybody would think he was vengeful.
Yeah. Last week it was because Rannick was vengeful because the guy had, said he was going to surrender and then didn't. That pissed Rannick off. This chap, it's just Rannick seems to get to fight the wild card while everybody else fights the extra.
Rannick does well. Yeah, you do seem to go for the big guys, mate. I think you've got a hero complex
on his own. I'll re-roll that.
I mean, this guy has been using healing potions and everything else, and armor potions. So. You shake him.
That's going to have to do.
Arena.
Get down.
Arena is in a bad way and is bleeding and is shaken.
I'll step back and am I in a position where I can step back without being hit or not?
No, unfortunately not.
Then I will just
whop out your wand of healing and heal yourself.
Exactly, yes, I'll poke myself with a wand.
That's an action, isn't it? Not a free action.
No.
You're shaken, you can't do actions.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. That's annoying.
In that case, I'll stand here and do nothing.
You can pull the wand out. That's a free action.
I'll pull the wand out.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, you get the wand out ready for use. Okay, I think we're going to have a little retaliatory striking here on Rannick.
He doesn't need to. He keeps hitting me every time anyway. Ouch.
This is a shake fest, these two. It's just, you're just standing there going, this, I have to be honest, this fight does feel like a D&D fight. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Stand there and hit each other. Okay, Goodfella is no longer shaken. His conviction will expire, but he can't do anything about it, but it will last for this attack. So you still get your conviction this turn. But it will expire as soon as we end your go. My gosh, look at all those dice. Okay, you hit with a raise on Auric.
Oh, this is because
With your longsword. My gosh, that's an even... Oh, my word. 3 wounds upon Auric. Okay, he will spend his last penny, secure in the knowledge his armor will protect him. And it does.
Mm.
You hit him again with another raise. My God. Goodfellas is as scary as his last character when he's using conviction. Roll for damage. That was his accurate short sword goes. Oh, jeepers. Oh, that's a bit better. Just tickles. And I'm afraid that is the end of Goodfellas' conviction. That brings us to Bert.
Okay, Bert is going to step forward. Ha ha! Oops, not small. Large. Bert is going to spend 11 points on an entangle.
Crud on a stick.
3 points for large area of effect, 2 points for damage, 2 points for fatigue, 1 point for selective, and 1 point for tough. And then, of course, the base plus cost of 2.
Okay, that's a pretty potent entangle there. Oh, crud on a stick, he got the raise as well. And I'm going to upgrade that to double crud on a stick, in fact. Okay, so let's see. You got him, you got him, you got him, you got him, you got her, and you got him. Am I reckoning? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so you did toughness, didn't you?
I did. Yep.
So they're all bound at toughness 10. You did you did damage, didn't you? I know you did that.
Damage and I did fatigue as well. Yes.
You did damage and fatigue. Lingering. I thought I made a note to add lingering damage on there, and I forgot. Oh no, it's entangled targets take damage. It's not lingering damage. That's why. And then I have to fatigue all the blue ones before you end your turn, so I know which ones they are. He's fatigued. He's fatigued, and they're all bound as well, so they can't do anything except to attempt to break free. Okay, I think that's everyone, so you can feel free to end your turn now. That brings us to Snookums.
And Snookums likes the fact that these guys are all tied up now. He likes playing with things that are and string kind of thing.
Yeah.
He'll come up here and start chewing on Goblin 9.
Okay, chew on Goblin 9 he can. Goblin 9 is targeted. Chew away. Goblin 9 is in a bad way. Goblin 9 is not breathing anymore. Well, Goblin 9 is going to recover from the end after the fight, it would appear. Okay, Jelsa.
This guy is still standing.
He is, although only now because he can't lie down, because he's entangled and bound up. Yep, you hit him.
You missed a D6 damage.
Oh, I do have bennies left. I'm gonna benny that one time.
Don't forget, before you do that, hold fire. You did shake him, but if you want, you shook him on your first roll. But if you want to re-roll it anyway, don't forget to add the extra D6 on because he's vulnerable.
Again.
Yeah.
And I got to remember to add my raised damage.
Yeah, so turn on your raised damage and then add the right click to get the extra D6 for your backstab effect.
Yeah, good fellas, hammer and take advantage of it.
And the net result is you shake him.
Don't rad, spend the penny, gain 5 power points, and then use the healing, use the channeling edge.
Channeling. Yeah,
healing on the whole party.
Indeed. Okay, one short of getting the raise. Okay, that means Dondrad is fully healed. Dondrad took 1 wound.
Good fella and Irina both gain 1.
Yeah, Irina unfortunately remains shaken, but 1 wound is healed.
Thank you.
Goblin number 2 is entangled and will attempt to break free. And fail.
Is that the one
And-
originally? No.
And then basically as the vines constrict about the goblin, she squeaks and yells in shock and pain as she's unable to break free. And after a few seconds, there is a short, sharp snap, and she stops moving.
Hold the Tyrone when you could.
And on to the next round of combat with Dondrad going first.
Okay.
Ooh, pardon me.
You know what? I'd love to cast lower trait on that guy and try and knock his strength down. Because I bet you with all that armor, he'd fall flat in his abs. With the Gumbrins penalty. But I'm not going to do that because I'm so low in gas.
Funny enough, that encumbrance doesn't affect NPCs.
Yeah, but you should admit, well, it's true, isn't it? But I low his strength.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, I'm just going to hit him with a hammer because I'm saving the power points in case something really bad happens.
Okay, you hit him with your hammer. You cause a wound upon him. At which point he shouts out, I surrender, don't kill me, please don't kill me. That's a free action. Jelsa.
Still there.
He's just dropped his weapons and screaming, I surrender, please don't kill me.
Should have done that before.
Okay, hang on a second. His defense is only 7 now, so you hit him with a raise.
So is he
Oh,
vulnerable?
actually, his defense is 6 because he hasn't got his masterwork again. He is still vulnerable.
If you really want to get to it, if he's dropped his weapons, he's also an unarmed defender, so she gets an extra +2 to hit.
Doesn't make any difference on a 19, mate.
Was that a hit with a raise? So I
Yeah, hit with a raise and he's still vulnerable.
Oh, really? Oh, look at that. I'm really proud of you.
Shouldn't have tried to kill us.
Well, that's the end of him then. Well, let's see what happens. He might survive. No, he's bleeding out, so we'll see what happens with him. I don't know if you want to save. Yeah, I don't know if you want him for information or not, but he's bleeding out. I'll let you end your turn unless you want to do anything else, Joseph. Because obviously you can now move away from him without any implication.
Yeah, but I can't move my token because I can't see it because of Irina. So you'll
There you
have to. Ooh, there's another one there.
Okay, Brasmus's turn.
Right,
He's
yeah.
entangled. He's going to obviously try and break free. Athletics, fight. Well, he failed, didn't he? Let's try that again, shall we? And we'll try it. Actually, I went. I've got some beddies back, haven't I? I'll try again. I think I'm the only one getting the jokers today. And I'll try one more for luck, because I've seen the time. I've got loads of bennies to use up. Okay, he's not going anywhere. Goblin number 6 is going to try and break free because he's entangled. Oh, that went well for him. Goblin number 7 is going to try and break free because he's entangled. Well, nothing for him. But
Okay, Bert is going to step over to. Bert is going to go ahead and step all the way around the group
okay.
to there.
Okay. Yep. Sorry, I kept accepting before I realised.
Yeah, that's okay. I was still trying to decide exactly where I was going anyhow, so it's all good. And I will go ahead and take a swing at number 7.
Go for it. Goblin number 7. Oh, aren't you lucky they can't do much? I'm going to basically, though, this place is so full of crispy bits and everything else. You basically do a Rannick.
Do a Rannick. Oh, your moves.
Hey, legend!
So basically, you go striding across the room, and basically, just as you go to swing at this goblin because he's all entangled and everything else, you completely fail to notice the crispy goblin skull on the floor. And in almost comic fashion, your feet come out from underneath you, and you're now finding yourself prone upon the floor.
Falling in your arse is now doing.
Yeah, I'm looking up at the goblin going, wait, this is not right.
Exactly. Snookums.
Snookums is going to come around the corner here as well. We are going to frenzy against both of them.
Okie dokie. I suspect Snookums will have a little cat snigger at Bert, of course.
Oh, of course.
And then when he critically fails, he'll just lie on the floor and lick his paws as if he meant to do it. Okay, you hit both of them. Well, Snookums hits both of them.
Mess up so badly they know they can't do that, and they look around to see if anyone saw them.
Okay, one goblin is shaken, the other goblin is incapacitated and is bleeding out on the floor. We don't care about him, so we'll just assume he fails. And that brings us to Arena, who recovers from being shaken and already has the wand of healing in her hand and can now back off without being attacked.
Yay! Okay. I'm going to back up and heal myself.
Okay. It's just an activation roll, so that's just spell casting to activate the wand. Which means you heal yourself. You feel a lot better as your wounds heal up. Auric dies from blood loss. Good fella.
Yeah.
The heavily metalled fighter guy just died after Jelsa stabbed him in the back. Rannick and well, basically everyone else is sort of, if you want to just basically attack it, unable to defend themselves individuals, now's your chance. So, there's one goblin left and one bugbear, and they're both bound by entangle spells.
Where's this bear gone?
I've been fighting.
I just can't see it. Oh, okay. Yeah, my angle. I think I could see you, and I couldn't see him, and it was confusing me.
See, the goblins can
I mean,
shut up now because they're nearly dead. So, what's your plan, Mister Goodfella?
So Auric's dead, right?
Auric has died. Yes, he just bled out.
What's all of his plans gone? He doesn't know what to do now.
All that's left is that goblin in the center and Bravimus.
Yes, that's all that's left. Well, unless around here, those things that made that awful noise earlier.
Well, I'm ignoring that. I'm pretending that didn't happen. I'm going to go down by Rannick and help him finish off Brazimus.
No problem at all. Go for it.
Getting ready. Here it comes.
Sure what happened there.
Oh, I hit the wrong button.
Yeah, go on. I'll let you re-roll. Go for it. With all the modifiers, it's much easier just to let you re-roll and get a 29. You hit. Does a 29 hit?
I think you got a raise.
Yeah, you shake him. And now your second blow. With your accurate short sword. Hits with a raise. Roll for damage. Oh dear, this looks more like it. 2 wounds. I'm going to have to spend his last penny to soak none of them. Okay.
I thought you said being entangled doesn't apply the penalty for soaking.
Oh yeah, it doesn't, does it? We that's what Cliff said, didn't it? So that's he takes 1 wound, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And Benny's all round for being honest, decent, and good folk. Rannick.
Oh, are we all good fellas?
You're all good fellas.
Well, let's unshake.
Mm-hmm.
And he's entangled, yes?
Yes.
So I'm going to multi-action.
Okay.
My first action is to remove his helmet.
Okay. Although the entanglement might be all wrapped around it.
Is the entanglement all wrapped around his helmet?
He is fully bound up, but I'll be generous and say maybe you can remove it.
I want to reach out, pull his helmet off, and say, "There's had this coming a while." Shaylin says, "Aye." And then now that he's got no armor on his head, I'm going to do a wild attack, cold shot to his head.
Go for it. Just means he has his stat. I'll modify it after you hit him, obviously.
I can just put the modifier in here. Oh, the armor not, but the other modifiers I can.
That's what I meant. I'll modify the armor down accordingly, is what I'm saying.
Now, of course, I have to hope this hits, otherwise it's really embarrassing.
You do rather.
Oh, that hit.
I did. Interesting. Oh, no, it's the toughness that comes in here. Okay, so his toughness is 7. Well, that's the end of him, isn't it? I've got 2 bennies left, and it's quite late in the day. Let's use them. Oh. Unless someone finishes him off, he will wake up in 24 hours.
Well, in that case, let's change that. So, if I may narrate.
Yes.
So I take his helmet off, and I prepare this big swing to his head and say, "Shaylin says aye." And then when I swing my blade round, I twist it and smash the pommel into his temple. And then I'm going to manacle him, hands behind his back and feet, because Elven Ranger really hated this bugbear. And I'd like to take him back for her to deal with.
Okay, so what? Oops, no, that was. I wanted to do that as damage.
I'd like to spend the time to strip him naked and leave him bound.
Okay, I'm going to make that non-lethal. So then you incapacitate him, he's knocked out. Which is technically what you do, you knock him down. Okay, and I think I've realised I forgot to do something to that goblin on his go, which, oh well. For ease, we're just going to say that basically we know what's going to happen to the goblin, so we're just going to kill it. Because obviously eventually you'll beat it up and it's being constricted all the time. So there we go. Okay. Bert, you basically pick yourself up.
Pick yourself up and start all over again.
And is no longer prone or distracted. Hounds, you don't worry about. Okay.
Let's interrogate Irina. What was it? What did you poke that made the scream?
Right, I've unlocked token so you can explore within reasonably speedily.
Full of hounds over here. Looks like some kind of sacrificial.
So what exactly? Tell me exactly what you saw.
What were the hounds called, GM?
You don't know what they were called.
Horrible houndy dog things and a mutilated goddess statue and an altar.
That was. Did you say goddess statue? Was it pregnant?
Yeah, and icky.
Remember I said about mutation, birth
Look like that.
They a Doberman with no fur, red eyes, the claws of a giant rat, lots of drool, and every single one of its vertebrae a sort of horny slit disc affair.
Don't forget they were on the ceiling.
Oh yeah, and they were on the ceiling.
And they fly, basically.
Well, I didn't know that, but they were on the ceiling.
Well, they were sort of floating around the ceiling, and it was coming down to you as it.
Floating.
Yeah.
They also seem to be able to fly. Yeah. Well, not nice. And not natural.
Well, we're getting a manifestation of land on a prime plane. Bad. Must be stopped at all costs.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Right, that's a good point. Auric and Thingy, don't I need to sort those out? So, Broof, I can't pronounce his name.
Whatever it is.
Okay, so yeah, I shall. Well, his quiver's got some interesting looking arrows in it. You're lucky he didn't see Arena.
Yeah, he doesn't
Okay.
act like it, does he?
Well, no, it's just if he got to use those, if he got to use the arrows on Arena, then it really would have hurt.
Right, so they're them, are they?
Yeah.
Those do you? I don't.
If they're
Arrows of elf slaying.
That means they've got Bane elf.
I see. Well, I'm
Okay.
going to have to give my character somebody else to control for the rest of the session as I need to go to work.
That's okay. It's only 5 minutes.
Well, I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
you can deal with
If,
it.
if a good fellow can identify any of that as magical, I will ask for somebody that knows occult stuff to see if they can tell me what it does.
Well, he has 20. He basically has. Let's actually read his description again, because again I need to check that. Oh, I've lost it. Right, Auric is missing his gear, so that's another bug I've just found. Okay, Brufus. What does his gear actually say? Because I'm intrigued to know. He has a flail, a great flail. Okay, 24 arrows in his quiver. 4 of them are magical. He did have 3 magical potions, but he drank them during the fight. From Auric's perspective, he had some nice gear, but he's got. I'm going to have to. I wonder if the parcel's there and it's just not linked to him. Yeah, I did build it. I just forgot to link it to his character sheet. Okay, so all told, you've got banded mail leggings, banded mail tunic, a composite bow with a broken string, another composite bow, an ever-burning torch, a flail, a helm, 2 more potions of healing, because you guys are getting used to those, a heavy shield, studded leather, and a masterwork bastard sword, and 4 magical arrows.
Quite like to know what these do. Says
That
Rannick,
would
holding up the
definitely
arrow.
be an occult roll. I know I told you guys, but obviously, yes, your characters don't know yet.
If Goodfella's strong enough and doesn't have heavy armor, he could probably go for the banded mail.
Mm-hmm.
No interest to Rannick.
Dundrag, they're magical pointy things that fly through the air, you know, but they're not proper sturdy metal bolts. They're made of wood, for crying out loud.
I know, anything made of wood pants anyway.
Could you do a roll for Arena, see if she knows?
Can
of
I
course.
go?
Have you got a cult? Yeah, go for it.
No, I don't have a cult.
Oh,
I just wondered, did I miss going? I wasn't paying attention. I got lost.
no, everyone died. Arena looks a bit shocked as she identifies those arrows. They're Elfbane arrows.
Well, if no bugger else wants them, I'll look after them. Don't mind if anyone else prefers to have them, though.
No, I don't want to be killing the good peoples, the elves and such. I don't want to accidentally use them on somebody I shouldn't be. So if you want some, you can have some.
I don't know. Honestly, I haven't read the entire adventure yet. I don't know if you ran into Drow later.
Well, we did fight a half elf, and I'm sure Elfbane works on them as well. He was a bad guy. I'll point that out. Not all elves is good. Remember that bugger we fought underneath Glassworks?
Yeah.
Aye.
Okay, so there's 20 arrows, banded mail leggings, banded mail tunic, 2 composite bows, an ever-burning torch, a great flail, a helm, 2 potions of minor healing, a heavy shield, some studded leather, and a masterwork bastard sword. Or I'll just sell it all.
Tree.
That's a really fancy sword. Bert is interested in taking the big fancy sword.
You want the big fancy sword, Bert? Okay.
Hey, that armor any good to the good fella? You're only wearing leathers. That's a bit tougher stuff. I mean, I'm only wearing leathers as well, but you know.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't know. I'm not really a big. I'm not really. I didn't really envision Goodfella wearing plate.
Good. Don't forget, Goodfella has arcane background magic, and therefore will have armor interference.
I didn't know he'd taken the edge to be able to use heavier armor.
Actually, do you not get it actually with arcane background magic? No, yes, you do get armor interference light. It's just
Like,
Yeah.
if he'd taken the edge, you'd be able to wear medium armor, which that would be.
yeah, it is medium armor. So yes, there. I mean, if you can. Good
Yeah,
fella.
let's grab it, but I don't know about yet what to do.
Yeah. If you grab, you can. By all means, grab it. As I say, there's an edge you could take, which means you can wear that armor and still cast spells without penalty. It's called arcane armor, isn't it, or something?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay. There's an ever-burning torch. There's one healing potion left if someone wants to nab it.
Nobody else wants it. Rannick will take it. but,
Bird will take it so he can use it on somebody else when he's out of magic.
Okay,
Good
I
idea.
shall. Okay, and then what I'll do is I'll just assume that at some point in the future you sell the rest. Yep.
Mhm.
And for some reason, some of the items don't have values, which I will evilly just do that and just say, well, they cost. I call it that, and after you share your spoils out, there you go.
So how would I put an Elfbane arrow on the combat tab?
I would say what you would want to do, because this is fun and games with those sorts of things, is I would say under your composite bow, you would want to create a sub attack,
Yeah.
and then call it Elfbane.
Mhm.
And then what you're going to do is you're going to open up the attack info, and you're going to just change the damage to strength plus D8 and same to the armor piercing to 3.
Okay.
Because that's how it works. It increases the damage type of the weapon by a type and then gives you plus 2 AP.
Yeah.
And then you just want to sort of, and then, you probably just want to put something like ×4 manually in there, don't you?
Yeah.
And then every time you use one, don't forget magic is expended on a single shot. You might get the arrow back, but the magic's expended.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know if it says that in this, but that's how it works in D&D and Pathfinder, so I'm assuming it's the same. I don't think it explicitly states it. But anyway. Okay. I think that is a good place to leave it. I hope you enjoyed it. It seems to be you just seem to be bashing all the monsters as you can into one big fight each week now, which is not a problem. But you've still got the whole dungeon level to explore. And so as you can see, as you may have noticed, I did pop the new bennies in. The only problem with the Pathfinder bennies, I would say, is the artwork on them is very nice, but at 45 pixels by 45 pixels, you don't necessarily appreciate it. No, which is interestingly enough is actually. So they're actually almost counterproductive, the Pathfinder ones, because they're so pretty, whereas the standard ones being just icons on a, stand out a bit better. But we'll see.
If they could do like the Pathfinder P as a single icon, that would work.
Yeah, I might have a play around. At the moment, obviously, if I reset you, has everyone spent all the bennies they're going to spend today?
Yeah, I think so.
On PowerPoints and everything. I'm just going to spend. I'm going to spend Goodfella's last Benny because I'm nice like that. On his PowerPoints for him, and Rannick doesn't have any. And Bert, let's have a look at Bert. He's up to full. Okay, so what I can now do is then I can open up the party sheet, go to the main tab. I can reset your bennies to save me time for next week. But it also means you actually have some bennies to appreciate. That I put them all in there. Benny type. So that's the default. Then you've got your arcane combat. As you can tell, that's arcane combat going on there. Then you can tell that one's ogres.
You can?
That one's a red dragon.
It's not going to work, is it?
That's the troll. And that's the goblins.
I'm just about making up the troll is the troll.
Yeah. That's the
I
issue.
can kind of make out the dragon.
Yeah. Hang on. If I do a scale UI to scale UI 200, that might make him a bit more. No, that still doesn't make him that identifiable. And now I've got the problem that I've made the scale UI so big I can't put it back. Oh yes, I can, because fortunately I hadn't lost focus from the chat window. But anyway, that's where we shall leave it, one and all. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed today.
Thanks, everyone.
That's okay. Saturday is Savage Pathfinder. But with different characters, and as I say, I should say Savage Pathfinder. That's what I used to call my version of Pathfinder. This Saturday is actually proper Pathfinder for Savage Worlds with completely different characters and no character races from the core rules, except for
Not
one.
true.
Except for
Apart from
one.
what?
Apart from one who's human. Yeah. All custom-made races using the Sway character rules and some very pretty maps and an adventure I've just got to finish converting. And yeah, we should have it done.
I don't think I can play games on Sundays anymore, which is it knocks me out of.
I'm sorry to hear that, but I understand it. And today was the first day I was actually in the office, so it's really cutting into my time because obviously now I've got the commute time to work and the commute time from work. So I've got even less development time than I had before. So yeah, it's all fun and games, but we'll get there. As I say, we'll get there, and hopefully I'll have I'll be running it. Whether the adventures in my head are actually written down, we'll see. But that's where we are on Saturday. There isn't any sprawl runners this Sunday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's still a space for Saturday though, if anyone wants to play. So anyway. Take care, one and all. Thank you very much, and see you soon.
Okie doke.
Thank you.
Y'all have a good one. See you on Saturday.